and it's your boy FREEZ, and I'm back, but back. You know, I had to double back and do part 2 to this interview because after the interview we had last night, I was driving down this road on my way to my studio, and I was looking at the Capitol, and I was seeing all of the positive statements and all of the stuff that's around and a lot of the things that has meaning to it. And it was like, it took me back to my interview yesterday. And I always tell you about doing stuff in the present so that you get to tomorrow and don't still be thinking about yesterday. But yesterday was on my mind because I'm sitting there and I spent most of our interview talking about culture and about Arizona. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take her and show her what Arizona has. And we're gonna start out with the state capitol, and we're gonna talk about some of the shit that was still left out of the interview that we didn't even talk about because we spent so much time talking about culture and rappers and all types of bullshit. So that being said, y'all help me welcome back to my algorithm in this whole FREEZTV universe at the state capitol. You feel me? At the state capitol. We're gonna start from the foundation and we're gonna build this shit up. You feel me? Miss Lexxi Meshan.
Hey, Phoenix.
Yeah, thank you for coming back out.
Thank you for having me at the Capitol. Phoenix, I'm here. I want to learn what y'all have to teach me.
Yeah, and we want to know like more about you and things that you've gone through and things that have shaped and molded you. And one of the things that was like really stuck in my mind after our conversation last night, she was like, this is the anniversary. And I'm like, anniversary of what? And he was like, I ain't even gonna tell you, you turned the camera off. So I'm like, damn, it's been on my mind. So during this interview today, as we're just walking through here vibing, I'm gonna show you this anchor. This is supposed to be the real anchor that was on the SSS Arizona that sank when they started Pearl Harbor. It says that the Navy loaned it to us. I just read that over there just a minute ago, but so I'm gonna give you a little bit about what we got going on here as you tell us a little bit about you. And here's the lighter so you can light your blunt that's in your ear.
Thank you.
And
I think I might wait till we sit, but
that's cool.
I got you.
You just hold the lighter.
Yeah, I got you. But this is first of all a dope piece of history. Yeah. Already dope piece of history with the anchor. You got all the names here. I'm guessing these are the people that probably passed on the ship. But
yeah, these are probably the people who was there fucking with it or something.
Yeah.
It's like part of Arizona history. This is like one of our dopest like things that ever happened. Like World War II, one of them wars, it jumped off because they bombed our shit. Yeah. Like, so we got the cannons. These are like supposedly cannons that came off of the boat. And as you see how they did it, watch, come over here. Look how they did it. And if you look straight down, you can see to the Capitol with the angel up on the top.
Oh, that's crazy.
And you see,
yeah, I see that.
And they lined everything up. All of this is lined up. This is all perfect.
With the American flag and everything.
This is all lined up. And you see how they put the flags on the pole there to resemble being on the ship?
Oh, wow.
So it's like they give you that whole vibe of what Arizona is really about.
Oh, that was thought out. That was good.
Yeah, like it's real dope.
That's dope.
See, one day we need to come down here and just do a whole thing about all of this shit that they got going on over here.
Flag in the water, like.
Yeah, it's popping. But let's talk about you. What's up? What's going on? What is this an anniversary for you? How does this? What is this time period right now going on in the world? What does this represent for Miss Lexxi?
Well, it is the end of March of 2022. So it's a very important time for me. I will definitely get into that story, but to segue before we get into that, I think it's important that we kind of mention like what our people go through.
Come on.
Just like, you know what I mean? Like, as a whole, male, female, whether you're solo, working, whether you're in a relationship, there's a lot of indoctrinated beliefs that Black people have that's not, it's just, that we shouldn't. I'll say that we shouldn't. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we can, there's things that you can do to heal from that, but you got to be open to that. You got to be open to like the certain, I guess, things that it takes to heal.
But like I was telling you earlier, I think a lot of the problems that we deal with was beat into us in slavery.
Absolutely.
So,
and that's why I say indoctrination.
Yeah, well,
this should be into us today, though.
Indoctrination is a good word, but let's just stick with beating it into them. Because then you can kind of draw the parallels of Stockholm syndrome.
Yes.
And you can
no,
kinda,
that's such a real thing. It's not even funny.
And so
like,
when you think of black people here in Arizona or here in America or just trying to find a way, we're all like descendants of people who got beaten.
Yeah.
And this shit is in our genes. It's being passed down. Like, so like if
So wait, before you even go on, let me ask specifically, because a lot of people say that. What is it that's in our genes? Because of the beatings. Mm-hmm. Is it strength? Is it weakness?
Yes.
Is it fear?
Yes.
Is it courage?
Yes.
How you gonna say yes to everything I just...
Because I think all of that is what's in there. Like, I like to tell my kids, I like to use an analogy when I'm talking to my kids that if I cut my child's foot and I go dig up their great-great-great-grandpa and cut his foot, it's gonna match. So the same things that he had in him, if it was courage, if it was blue eyes, if it was 6'4", if it was strength, if it was weakness, if it was low self-esteem, if it was courage, if whatever he might have had in him, it's a possibility that it was passed down, and it could possibly be in. That's what everything. Like we can't claim to believe the genetic code and believe these chromosomes come from our mom and these chromosomes come from our dad and these chromosomes come together to make us, and not believe that those chromosomes don't come with a hair texture, that they don't come with an eye color, that they might not come with a body structure, a bone build.
Well, but hair, eye, body is one thing, but like, if, for example, if my mother was a killer, I gotta be a killer because I'm her daughter?
You don't have to be a killer, but
so it's in my DNA to be a killer?
Not to be a killer, but whatever the compulsiveness was that pushed her over the edge to be a killer,
I have to have that.
Could possibly be in you, just like cancer. I don't have to have cancer because my grandfather had it, but it's possible that I could get cancer because my grandfather had it.
But are we comparing the cancer genes and cells to whatever pushes you to kill somebody? Or
I think we're comparing cancer cells and genes to mental health. And I think
what's that
mental
comparison?
health, I think mental health is passed down in the genes. You know.
Okay, so that's very true. So is it passed down genetically, like scientifically in your cells, or is it passed down mindset? Mental health kind of starts with that. So if your mindset is in a place to overcome whatever you're going through, and you constantly kind of down yourself, whatever, until it gets to that level, versus, I was just living my life and I just got cancer because my grandmother had it, my mom had it, and now I have it.
I think it's both. I think it goes both ways.
And I didn't smoke, I didn't eat pork.
I
just got it because genetics.
I think it goes both ways. Like, some of us have a compulsive disorder that's passed down. Some of us have addicted tendencies that are passed down. And I think that a lot of these different disorders that are passed down are what triggers the other things. So I might not have a tidy house like my mom, but I still have her disorder with compulsiveness. So it manifests itself in me through the way I work, it manifests itself through the way I do something else. Like,
where did it start?
That's
great grandma? Like, who started the OCD in your passed down lineage?
That's what I'm saying. We don't know, because, like we were saying earlier, like, us as black people, or as whatever you want to classify yourself here in America, we don't know them people. Like, we can only go like maybe 3-4 generations back. Like, and most of them can't even go that far back. You know, so we don't know.
Like, we don't know that far.
Like, my like, I know my great-grandpa. No, I don't. I never met my great-grandpa. I met my grandfather. I met my great-grandmother. But beyond that, I don't know them people.
Like, I met my mom and my dad. Well, I got my grandmas. Never met either one of my grandfathers. They were both gone before I was born, and anybody before that was clearly gone. So I got my parents. So thanks, America. Just kidding. But.
No, you're crazy. No, I was just saying that because we don't know. Like,
we don't.
So the things that I've been taught is like, oh, you have hair like your dad, or oh, you got eyes like your mom, or oh, you got a nose and a whole mug like your uncle and your mom. Everybody from that side of the family has this certain look to them. Okay, so if we all have this certain look, what about those in that side of my family who have like an addiction problem too?
Right.
Because the other people don't have an addiction problem. Why is it only that family has an addiction problem?
And that's where I said, like, where does it start? Like, where did it come from?
We don't know.
Why did it continue?
I think that's what's so dope about social media. because now going into the future, my kids will be able to go look at me. My grandkids, my great-grandkids, my great-great-grandkids, they'll be able to go look at me. And when they see my great-great-grandson who's all fucked up, they can say, look, he got that shit from his great-great-great-grandpa. Look, this is how, like, for example, I watched it.
Not wishing it on your great-great-great-grandson.
Well, no, it's kind of like, I don't want to say wishing it. There's a show that comes on PBS, something about knowing your roots or something like that. And they had P. Diddy and LL Cool J on there. And LL Cool J, the lady who he thought was the man who he thought was his grandpa his whole life, his grandparents who raised him his whole life, wasn't his grandparents. And he didn't find that out until later in his life. And when they found this out, when they did the research on him or whatever, they found out his real biological grandfather, who he never knew nothing about him, never knew he existed, never knew nothing about him, was a professional boxer.
His grandfather, like his parents'
His parents was a professional boxer. And what's his biggest record? Mama said, knock you out. Like, it's a lot of things. And then when they went to, and he had uncles and other people that was big into music. So it's like, even though you don't have to know these people for them to still seep out through you. That's why I believe in praying and giving respect to my ancestors. That's why I believe in feeding my ancestors. I believe in just taking care of my ancestors, because everything that's in them is in me. So if I appease them, then hopefully maybe on that spiritual realm they can look out for me. You know, and I think that's based on belief and perspective. But at the same time, I know it doesn't change the fact that everything that's inside of them is inside of me.
Yeah.
And whatever they dreamed of, I could possibly make it happen. But I think it's a good question that you posed. Where did this shit start? And then,
where did any of it start?
Why doesn't it end?
So, well, let me just say, but not even mental health, just when you were saying about the features, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, so one of the saddest things to me, like I've known a couple, like I got some, friends that are actually from Africa.
You got the light?
Born and raised, right? And it's crazy because they got the ability to look at you, and they be like, your nose, your forehead, your eyes, you're Guyanese. You look like you're Zimbabwe. You look like you're, Congo. You know what I mean? Because based off the features, and they don't even have to really know you to be able to see that. And it's so sad because we can't do that here. I can't look at you and be like, Zimbabwe. We don't know because we were stolen and brought here.
Where
and the thing is,
what
you mean?
I don't know. I believe in slavery, but I don't believe that all of us come from Zimbabwe or from Africa.
I'm saying wherever we come, that's my point. That's my point. Wherever we come from, we don't know. It's not like I can say, oh, this is my actual family culture. This is our history. All I know is that, like, I'm from Atlanta, a lot of us, but originally my family's from New York. And that's what a lot of people from Africa that come here, they say, well, they be like, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Atlanta. I'm from New York. I'm from LA. Nah, where are you from?
Yeah, Atlanta.
I said New York, Long Island. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, and that's not what they mean, because they know where they're from, but we don't know where we're from.
Yeah, we do. We from New York, Atlanta.
That's not where we're from as Africans.
Yeah, that's...
Not as Africans.
I don't know. That's like going to an Australian person and asking them, where you from? And then the Australian person gonna say, I'm from Australia.
No, okay.
And then you can say, no, you're not. You're originally from Africa. Everybody's originally from Africa.
I know. I get that, but I'm talking about past that, but also before that. Because hear me, I remember when I was in high school, a whole bunch of there's a lot of white kids, and they can all tell me, every fucking last one of them, oh, I'm half German descent. I'm Irish. I'm fucking Australian. I'm like, damn, you got the privilege of knowing. Like, that your great-great-grandfather was fucking German, or, from Poland, or wherever the fuck, Ireland. I don't know, nigga. I'm from New York. That's the best I can, that's what I'm saying. That's the best I can tell you.
And I think that's dope to me.
What's dope about that? Not knowing your actual history, your actual background.
That is your actual history.
It goes deeper than that, though. Like, I don't want to know the history after I was fucking stolen and brought here. I want to know who that was. We were kings and queens before that shit. I don't want my history to...
Everybody was a king and queen?
No, not everybody, but I'm saying, we reigned in Africa, and they made
everybody did?
No, we as black people were reigning, and we had our own dynasties. We had all that.
We still do.
And guess what? You or I don't know what fucking dynasty we came from.
I do.
But I know I'm from New York. You from Phoenix?
Yeah, I'm from Phoenix.
What the fuck? What is that? Like, what is that?
I'm from Phoenix.
What is that? Like, what if you were the descendant of an actual king that still has a fucking dynasty over there? You wouldn't even know.
It don't even matter because
Why
he didn't
would
come.
you say that?
Because that king didn't ever come over here looking for his descendants. So why should his descendants be over here worried about him?
That's kind of like, I don't know, that's kind of weird. That's kind of like, oh, you got kidnapped and taken to a terrible situation. I'm supposed to come to that terrible situation. The thing is, though, when we go back over there as Black Americans...
We're in the Ukraine right now helping them people bomb people.
Okay, listen, hear me out.
Ain't nobody ever showed up looking for niggas. Who ever showed up looking for us?
Okay, let me ask you, have you ever gone to Africa?
No.
When you go to Africa, especially like I'll say honestly, the Americanized places like South Africa, Ghana, places like that, they're very Americanized. There is like a welcome fucking committee, and I'm not kidding, for Black people. And what do they say? Welcome home. When you land, welcome fucking home. So yeah, you might not have came and did everything to come get us, but like they want us to come back home.
For what?
Because we should have never gotten kidnapped.
Then why they never come get us? That's like me telling my child.
Because again,
that's like me telling my child.
You going into the burning building?
Let's
like what the fuck?
Yes, if I love my child.
And that's why I love you.
Love is an action.
That's why I love you, because you are so sweet.
Like love is an action. Love isn't a word.
No, I feel you.
Like if I tell my child,
but as a king,
you
would have a lot to lose trying to, because you might risk your shit.
As a king over here, I would have a lot to lose trying to go over there figuring out what they doing.
No, not when they're what?
No, for real.
They're welcoming you home. That's our home. They have more risk coming over
and
here
we welcome
and getting fucking
No, they
slavery.
come over here by the boats now. They come over here by the loads.
Why do you think that?
Because we have opportunities over here for them. So they come over here, they get their little...
That's the only reason?
I don't know. They don't come fuck with me.
You don't think they have opportunities over there where they at?
If they did, they would stay.
Okay, that's what you feel.
I do. If they had opportunities over there, they would stay. Why would they come over here and deal with racism and deal with all this stuff?
You would make opportunities here, and if you got enough money, you would starting your businesses in other places too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because it's not because, I have no opportunity in Phoenix, you're now expanding. So it's not fair to say that's the only reason they come.
But everybody that comes here from Africa don't come here to expand.
I didn't say that.
That's what you just said. They come here to expand their businesses.
Every single one. Just like
business.
I'm not saying everyone isn't coming here to either run away, be a refugee, or fucking there's more opportunities here and there's nothing over there. Nobody, no, I don't know. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. It's all lit up. Sorry. Side note, look at that. There's a memorial. Wait, who is that that's leaning down before?
Let's go see.
I was like, before I praise it too much, it might be one of them previous presidents.
Yeah, let's go see. And let's get over here so we can get some good lighting too.
Yeah.
But let's keep this conversation going because this is dope because I agree with what you're saying. I really do agree with what you're saying. And I love Africa and I do a lot of research and a lot of study. And I plan on, making my pilgrimage and getting out there and possibly doing something.
And visiting home.
Not home. Not home, but visiting the place where my ancestors are from. Home is where I'm at. I have a card in my pocket where I'm a 6th generation Native American from America. I have a family tree of my family that goes back like to far back.
But that's not taken away from Africa. Is that
I'm not taking, I'm not taking nothing away from Africa, but what I'm saying is the majority of Black people who are here are like me. They have Native American in them.
I do too.
So
and I'm not even going to get into that.
So
but
why
yes,
aren't
I do
we
too.
trying to feel the same way about that as we trying to call Africa home?
But
so just like Africa,
that's not true. I think it's a blanket. It's all of it.
Yeah, but like just like Africa's home to me,
yeah,
America is too.
That's fair.
And what I'm saying is my Native American roots give me money. They take care of me. I get to go to the hospital because I'm Native American.
I don't want to get into it. I know.
I get a lot of
y'all got your reparations, so we still don't. I get it.
But on my African side,
I know.
Ain't nobody ever showed up and said, let's help these little
Black people's fault that we don't have our reparations yet? And I love because in Atlanta I didn't really see this, but when I moved to Arizona, I'm like, damn, like Native Americans are really. They got a whole fucking area that we can't move to. I'm up there by talking sick. I used to work up there. I can't go to an apartment down the street because that's y'all shit. Like I can't even. It's not even on Zillow. It's not even on Zillow. So my thing is like no, it's not. I feel like they should do so much more for Native Americans, but it's something. I used to also sell cars. I worked at a car dealership, and there was like, I forgot what it's called, so forgive me, but there was a particular check that came, I think once a year, maybe twice a year, that Native Americans got, and these kids that were between 18 and 22 were coming in with this check, and it was a check because they're fucking Native American, and they were buying that was their deposit down for the car that I was selling. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And my boss told me, she was like, oh no, they're Native. That's pretty much like their little reparations they get every year.
Yeah, but it's
I was
not,
like,
though.
get
It's
the
not
fuck out of here. I was like, wait, what?
But it's not reparations. It's more of a stifling. What the way it works is,
But it's something.
Yeah,
it's
but
something.
But let me break it down for you.
It's some shitty version of a sorry. Like, where is
No,
our
it's not.
sorry?
It's not a shitty version of a sorry.
It's something.
Let me break it down for you. It's something that we can do, but we choose not to.
Who?
Black people. Let me tell you what it is.
Please tell me how we can do it.
What the Indians
do that.
What the Indians do is, these white people gave them some land and gave them some cows hella years ago, right? They don't believe in caging their cows
Wait,
up.
pause. The white people gave them what?
Some land and some cows.
So the Indians got their 40 acres and a mule. Continue.
Okay.
Continue. Because we...
Yeah,
go
we
ahead,
ain't got that.
Go ahead. Continue.
We don't have that.
Go ahead.
So they got this land and these cows and shit, right? And they sat around and they was like, you know what? Let's get into gaming. Oh, you gotta flick it.
What dumbass?
They like, they like, we gotta get into gaming. So they start putting casinos on their reservations.
Ranch, Gainey Ranch.
Look.
That's up there where I used to work at. I know exactly
so
what
these
you're talking
Indians,
about.
they have these reservations, these casinos on their reservations, and when their reservations make money, whether they do cattle sales, land sales, they do all different shit to raise money. And when their reservations make money, they give all of the registered members a cut of the money that they made.
Okay.
So
that sounds familiar. That does sound familiar. You're right.
So in a way, you're right. They did get reparations because they got land. You know what I mean? But what they chose to do with their land,
that's neither here nor there, because at that point,
decision.
that's neither here nor there. That's their decision after that. The fact that you got it.
They don't have education like the blacks do.
Okay.
Blacks is way more educated than Native Americans.
So that
Why they ain't figured out nothing?
Does that mean we're not qualified for the land because we're more educated?
I didn't say not qualified. I said, why haven't we figured out nothing to feed our whole community? They figured out a way to feed all of their community.
Honestly, that's not fair to say.
So we can just blame it on the fact that the government gave them land. That's how they was able to figure it out.
That is not fair to say. And any black person that is still alive and survived through Black Wall Street, when we built our whole fucking city and they bombed the fuck out of us out of jealousy, that's not fair to say. Because people that know that will be like, no, every time we try to do our own shit and say, fuck it, we'll just do our own shit and fuck the reparations and all, we'll just do our own.
You got the lighter?
Yeah. Then it'll be like, you're gonna come over here and fucking annihilate the entire city. So that's not fair to say that black people aren't smart enough to do it, because we've done it many times, and every fucking time we do it, it gets destroyed.
I agree with that because, like I said, I also live in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm very familiar with the story. I know some of the people who are descendants of survivors. I know a lot of people out there.
Birmingham, Alabama had a whole black area.
It's a lot of
fucking bombs.
It's a lot of, and I agree with that. There's a lot of places. But you know what's crazy about it today? There are more millionaires in Tulsa, Oklahoma today than it was in 1921 when they bombed Black Wall Street. But when you ride through Black Wall Street, it's the white developers who's redeveloping it, not the black ones.
Freeze, are we talking about 100 years later?
That's what I'm talking about.
It's literally 100 years later, as of last year.
But if you know the story, that's what they're fighting for right now. They just did a 100-year anniversary last year. President Biden was supposed to come there and speak. It was supposed to be a big shit. They had a big thing where
what you was supposed to?
He came, but he didn't do what he was supposed to do because John Legend and them canceled the show. Because John Legend and other people was gonna do a show, but they wasn't gonna be able to get. It was like reparations wasn't okay. Put it like this.
I think Biden has more pull than Legend. No offense, John, but I think Jody is probably a little more influential than you.
No, I'm keeping it a buck with you. What happened? They were doing. They had like a 3-day festival celebrating the 100-year anniversary of Black Wall Street, and it was dope. Black people came from all over the world to Tulsa, Oklahoma last year.
Yeah.
It was amazing. The grand finale was supposed to be the survivors accepting a big old check, and it was supposed to be like reparations, like boom, boom, whatever, right? Well, the people who was over this event and over this fund, they tried to short the black people, the survivors, at the last minute. and was like, we're not gonna give you this amount of millions we promised you. We're just gonna give you like these 7 million and y'all split that up or some shit like that. I don't know the exact number, so I don't wanna quote the number.
Wow.
But they like, we'll give you this bullshit amount and y'all just split that up. So the survivors was like, fuck that, we don't want that. And when they pulled out, no event. So no event. Joe Biden just came to speak at the little small thing that he had, but there was no event. So it was just kind of like a domino effect. But back to what you were saying, it's the same thing. Like, in my opinion, this is just my opinion because I'm on your side. A lot of the things that I'm saying right now isn't my personal opinion. I'm just provoking conversation. But I do believe that we deserve reparations. I do believe that we deserve something. I do believe that we're so stripped from Africa and we don't know our people and we so disconnected from our culture.
But do you believe it's our fault that we don't have it?
I do today. And the reason why I do today is because, for example, when I first had enough money to leave the country, and I got enough money, I got a passport, my wife, I said, where you want to go? She was like, let's go to Europe. Fuck them white people. So I was like, so I think now it's a mentality. Now it's embedded in us that when we have enough money, when we have enough to do it, when we want to go to, like the Oscars the other night with the slap and all of that. Like, black people don't care. It's the white people who feel some way about it. We used to seeing niggas get slapped and still be friends tomorrow. It's in our culture. We see niggas get, nigga, fuck you, keep my bitch name out your mouth, nigga. Like, we see that. Yeah, that, and they cool. Yeah. That's cool with us. We don't take nothing to it. But in their culture, it's like, damn, y'all embarrassed us at them white people shit on the biggest event in front of all. It's like, it's almost like when you getting your car fixed and somebody be like, oh, I'm gonna take it to the white people and get it done right. Like, it's a mentality that we have.
Wow.
Like, we just think that because we go to the white people, it's gonna be done right. But you coming from Atlanta, me used to live in Atlanta, it looks different. So when I come here, it's crazy because this is something that I preach all of the time. Like in Atlanta, a black lady will post, I'm opening a gas station, and then all of Atlanta will be like, we supporting the black lady that just opened the gas station on Jonesboro and such road. And the fucking line will be way down, and ain't nobody tripping. It turned into a party where we're here to support
barbecuing
her.
And shit.
Yeah, like we're here to support her. But here we don't even have that. It's not even an option. Like there isn't even a black gas station for us to go support.
Well, since we're talking about the Phoenix culture right here, I want to know why you think that. Why is there no support on black? Like, why is there no black on black support here as much as other places?
Because I don't want to say as much as other places.
Well, just like you said.
No,
like
we
Mama White's gas station would have that line down the street.
No, but
just
that's
like
in
you
Atlanta.
Said.
Like I told you yesterday, we can't use Atlanta as a
I didn't. I said as other places.
Yeah, but
why? Why? What happened here? Why?
It's because, in my opinion, Arizona is set up to go to prison. No education. So we spend the least amount of money on education and the most amount of money on incarceration. So we'll have a march. These people will be in front of my building, Red for Ed. There are hundreds of thousands, a million people right here marching for education.
Yep.
But they're happy with just getting like 50, 60 million for education. But around the corner from here on 27th Avenue and Lower Buckeye, they just built a $285 million new jail. So see the disparity, see the difference? So when you think of why black people here can't do it, they don't empower us to do it. It's not an incentive to do it. Like, I like to use the analogy that Arizona is the Atlanta for Mexicans. This is Mexican Atlanta. How black people feel in Atlanta, that's how Mexican people feel in Phoenix.
I can't even.
Like,
wow,
this is the Mexican Atlanta. They could ride around and see businesses they own. They can go do DMV and just deal with their people. They can go to gas stations they own.
This nigga's speaking facts.
They can do. Like, so
yes.
really,
I've
we're
never thought of it like that. Like the black excellence in Atlanta. This is like the Mexican excellence.
Man.
Yo,
and I salute it.
Crazy.
Like, congratulations. But at the same time,
some of the best tacos I had in my life are here. Like,
so that's why I always combat when they speak of culture, because we do have a culture here. Yeah. It's just not ours. And so the
why?
no, because it's not
What
ours.
happened?
No, it's not ours. We only like 2-point-something% of the population. Like it's not even for us.
But my dad told me recently, he was saying like way back, hundreds of years ago, first civilization here was actually black men, black cowboy type men.
Yeah,
before
the Buffalo
natives,
soldiers
the
and all
Mexicans,
that. Like
they were black. Here in the streets of Phoenix.
I got
before
goosebumps.
Before
What's
there was
crazy
trees.
is I was gonna do a documentary called Cotton in the Southwest. And this documentary was like why black people even came here. What was the purpose of coming here? Why did they come here? What was it all about? What was it all up? You know what I'm saying?
Before it was a colony, I think.
Yeah,
so. Yeah, right.
I was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. But really, we were on our way to California, and niggas' cars was breaking down and different
very
shit.
much so.
And
they settled here.
They settling here. But
their horses getting tired of shit.
But it also goes back to like personally in my own family. My mom's dad is one of the founders and one of the people who was like pounding the pavement in Casa Grande and in Coolidge and in that area. Like Arizona became a state in 1912. My grandfather was born in like 1907 or 1910 or something. Like not my great grandfather, my grandpa, my mom's dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so like it's like a lot of this like a lot of these things that we speak of here is like immediate. So when we go to Atlanta and we speak of the founding of Atlanta and the founding black men and the people there, it goes back 100 years, 200 years. Yeah. So like I can go to a barbershop on MLK and it says founded in 1898, but Arizona wasn't even a state.
Nope.
So when you speak of culture and you think of all of them niggas that was living here back then, them niggas was just out here wild west. Pow, pow, pow. These niggas was chilling. They was kind of like living in limbo, like almost in a purgatory or something, like not in heaven, not in hell, like just chilling. And then I've been doing some studies about different black conquistadors and black Spaniards who was running Mexico at the time, who was then fighting the natives, and the natives was tearing their ass up. And then the natives kind of like infiltrated them and backstabbed them, and it's just like it's cold stories that it's just dope. Like it's dope stories that need to be told, so we can understand how black people even fit in. But it's hard to kind of line it up that way because, like in Mexico, you have black Spaniards today. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And they're not black people. They'll tell you, I'm not you. You know what I mean? And that's what's so cool about living in Atlanta, because you'll meet them black people. You'll meet black Germans. You'll meet black, what's the same, Irish. I'm not black, I'm Irish. Like, you know what I mean? And they all have the gene code that comes from Africa, but they don't bang black like we bang black here in America. So it's a little different. The whole diaspora, I think it's kind of like understanding what it means to be black in a world diaspora. Like being black in Germany is different from being black in Italy. Being black and then when you born in these countries and raised in these countries, then you come to America and you see a nigga, you like, I'm not one of them. They don't even want to fuck with us. Like, And I think that's so what you're saying is right. We do have to get more into that culture, and we do have to get more into, that's where these type of conversations and things that bring out more emotion and get people to focus on the real history. That takes me back to my motivation to open a school. That's why I want to open a school, because if I keep it on Arizona and do whatever their curriculum is based and give the kids that to where they can succeed with that, but I can give them so much more that they not being taught. You know what I mean? Like, just even speaking of the Buffalo Soldiers, the Buffalo Soldiers is one of the dopest group of cowboy black men that's really like, this is where they from. And we don't have no Buffalo Soldier statues out here. They got all these white men everywhere. They got all of these goddamn, look, let's see who this is. This is George. This ain't him. Let's see who this is.
It's George.
Yeah, we gotta find out who this sheriff is. Where his name is. His name gotta be somewhere.
Come on, George.
They don't got his name nowhere. His name is somewhere. He too big not to have a name.
Him like that.
Nah, they don't fuck with him like that. His name too big. He too big not to have a name. But I'm just saying, like, we gonna find his name and I'm gonna tell y'all who he is. But it's real, bro. Like.
Wait. I think it's right over here. It's probably on this middle one. Oh, there's too many names, so that's whatever acknowledged. Okay, peace officers killed in line of duty, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's all of them. Who is this nigga?
He's just a fake nigga. He's just a representative.
No.
Yeah,
he's
just
probably like the general or something.
Nah, he not a real nigga. He just a
Look, no. Something, General Bob Corbin?
Yeah.
Are you?
Trudy. No,
Are you Bob
attorney.
Corbin?
Attorney.
Bobby!
No, that's not. Yeah.
Bobby! Are you Bobby? Yo, that's creepy because he actually has like eyes and pupils, and he was just looking at me. He just looked me in my soul, you guys.
Yeah.
Look, come here. Look at his eyes. Oops. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding. Hi, Bobby.
That is real, huh?
That's too real. He has actual pupils.
Yeah, he just represents the peace
sorry,
officers.
Bobby.
Like, nah, he might like that. That's
Sorry, got my roach there, Bobby, but I love
your
you.
ancestor. Blow to him.
Blow to him. Blow to him. We love you, Bobby. We love you. So, before we get out of here tonight, because we have completely lost the sun, but we are not done. Oh, we completely
That's a
lost
bar.
the sun. We are not done. Hey, anyway, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about something else, since we've already been talking about Black history. We've already been talking about where we come from, why we're the way we are, why things are passed down, why we can't heal from them. One of the things that we need to really talk about as a community is healing from mental health. And it is something that we just, overgeneralization, but in general, as a culture, we don't really like speaking about. A lot of us deal with it and we keep it to ourselves, which internalizing negative emotions is also not healthy. So we're gonna talk about why we're like that, how we can change, and I'll also tell you guys how I have an actual business plan that I'm working on that should be out by the summer, where I'm gonna help you directly with this. So let's get into that.
Get into it. Why do you think we deal with mental problems?
Well, okay, that's not even
Any
a fair
person.
question.
Any person,
No,
though, like,
because-
what do you think about mental health?
So
Like,
here's the thing. When it comes to like, you can't even ask why people deal with it, because here's the thing. First of all, there's a whole slew of millions, billions, trillions of reasons where people can feel whatever they're feeling that can contribute to mental health, whether it's anxiety, depression, schizophrenia, bipolar. Like, there's so many different types of mental illnesses and so many different triggers and causes, and like it could be chemical, it could be experience, it could be traumatic, it could be so many different things. So the thing is, the reason why it's so important to study this and learn about it and really try to get a grasp on it so we can like really try to help heal each other is because we're talking about mental health, okay? The mental, which is the mind, okay? There is so much research and studies on the mind, and it barely even scratched the surface, because I'm not just talking about the brain, I'm talking about the mind. Like, that is literally like this is something that we're talking about God made. There's scientists that has studies on the mind and dreams and dimensions and shit, but like, you haven't even scratched the surface of what a mind can do. Like, there's people that can move shit like Matilda and shit, like, you know what I mean? So we haven't even scratched the surface on what a mind can do. So when you talk about mental health, you gotta understand how deep that goes. That doesn't just go like, oh, something happened to me and I'm sad, or oh, what the fuck. No, like, it's so much deeper than that. And then there's billions of people in the world, but we're talking about how deep something like the mind is. So there could be billions of different ways that the mind works. There could be people that the mind works this way, and there's very few other people that have that same thing, because that's how deep the mind goes. So it's not even fair to say like, this is what caused mental health issues. Like, no, like, we're talking about the fucking mind. I'm not talking about a brain aneurysm. Like, okay, we can study that physically, take the brain tissue and all that shit. We're talking about the mind. Take the tissue of the mind. How you gonna do that? You know what I mean? So it's like, when it comes to mental health, it's so important for us to really take it seriously. It's not one of those things where you should be like, nah, I don't want to talk about it. Nah, I don't want, my homeboy or my my girl or my parents or whatever to know what I'm going through. Nah, I'm gonna thug it out. Like, that shit is dangerous. I have known people very close to me, that have developed terminal illnesses behind stressing and internalizing and not healing from past traumas or past experiences or maybe chemical imbalances. It's all like,
Why do you think people hold these things in? Why do you think people try
out of embarrassment?
But what makes them... It's a meme that goes around that says that people don't ask for help because they're afraid of what people are going to say.
Exactly. It's embarrassment. Right. Because especially, like, you know what? I'm just... Hypothetically, I'm going to use me as an example. Is the lighting good on me? Okay, hypothetically, I'm gonna use me as an example. So,
high off myself, volume 1. Take 1.
I'm just making sure.
Okay, that's all you got it.
No. But so using myself as an example. A lot of people see me doing a lot of things. Like, I'm an artist, I'm dropping music, I'm technically now what people call a promoter because I'm throwing my own shows and getting other artists. I got my label that's growing.
You're
I'm a
CEO.
publisher, like the clothing label owner, like whole nine. Like, I do a lot of different things. And to a lot of people on the outside looking in, like, hypothetically, I could look like this boss. Like, oh shit, she got it all figured out. And then when you see me, like, I'm doing interviews, I'm all laughing, smiling at my modeling pictures, all that shit. But, like, what if I was going through something really deep? Like, what if I was going through a deep depression, all that shit, and I just know how to act and play it off? Like, if you were in my position as Lexxi Meshan, and you are kind of seen as this, like, entity at this point, you don't feel comfortable coming out and saying, yo, I'm sad, I'm hurting, I'm going through the same thing everybody else is, whatever the fuck, because you feel the position, well, you should, that you're on this pedestal, and people look up to you, and you can't let them down. So if I have people that are really going through shit or younger than me or whatever, and they're looking up to me, I can't now be like, like, no, you have to be strong for them. Like, you have to be that rock, you have to be that inspiration. So I think that's, a lot of people put that position onto themselves. They don't have to be a celebrity. You could be a fucking big brother and just have a little brother, and you're going through fucking deep depression, but you got to be strong for your little bro, because maybe y'all lost your dad or something, and it's just your mom, and she working 2 jobs, and she's struggling, so you got to be the man in the house now, and you got to be their rock. So you can't be like coming home crying and shit, mommy, you can't, what the fuck? Like, you supposed to be that, the one in the house that got it. So a lot of people put that pressure on themselves, whether you're pursuing a public figure type entity, whether you're the man or the woman of the house, the man or the woman of the relationship, whatever it is, or the job, whatever it is, it's like you feel like you can't show that weakness. But that's just the beginning. Like, you can just start there. And then it develops into a whole bunch of just other shit that it just snowballs, and we just gotta get past that.
Do you think that that's why now artists like Kevin Gates and people like that is more so speaking to the emotion and kind of really gaining a lot of success from it? It's really been like a dope vibe. Like, it's been like a whole market just for depression. And then now, in my personal opinion, it seems like it's making it okay to be depressed. So I think it kind of what you're saying is very right. We have to speak up. We have to know how to face whatever we're going through and speak when we need help and be these things, because even me being FREEZ, there's times when, like, I was just telling one of my artists, D2K, the other day, he just came home from prison doing 10 years. He caught a body not to be proud of. He goes to prison. For the luck of God, he was able to come home 10 years later. When he come home, he's trying to figure out, like, he hitting me like, big bro, man, he might be mad at me for saying this, but I don't even care because I love him. This is my brother, you know what I'm saying? I love him. So he's saying, like, bro, man, like, these niggas ain't really feeling what I'm talking about. Like, everything is so fake. Everything is so, like, a motherfucker can tell you this but really mean this and this. He was like, when I was in prison, like, he went from 21 to 31 in prison. So to him, he learned how to become a man, making his yeses mean yes, his no's mean no. And now he's in a world where people can bullshit you, and it's okay. People can tell half-truths. People can present themselves as one character and be something else. You know, and to me, when you dealing with these different things and you dealing with these depressions and you dealing with these things, you have to be able to deal with all of these different mentalities. Because like I tell them, I was telling him in that conversation, bro, you giving me some heavy shit right now that I'm helping you kind of maneuver through. But how do you know that I'm not trying to blow my brains out? You know, like.
So, okay, so actually there's two questions I want to ask. But I'm going to get back to the first one in a second. Something you said that was a little triggering, I'll get back to that. But second, what you just said now. So that goes back to like, okay, everybody, well, I'm not going to say everybody's going through shit, but there's people that are going through things, right? And they're internalizing, they're not sharing, they're acting like you the man every day, like you hiding it, you putting that mask on every morning, you know, when you know. So if you have a friend, and let's say they're not as strong as you, they're not as private as you, now they feel like, yo, you're my boy, I can come to you, and like you said, they're fucking piling all their shit on you, and they don't realize what you're dealing with, and they don't realize if you even are at the place right now in the emotional capacity to deal with what they're doing because you got all your shit, you know what I mean? And they didn't stop to ask you. They just started telling you what the fuck is going on. Oh, bro, help me. And like, they didn't even ask, like, are you able to take this information right now? So that goes again into why it's not okay to suppress and hide things. Because if that person were to have known that you're also going through things, like you said, like, how do you know I don't want to blow my brains out? Well, if they did know, they probably wouldn't have piled all their shit on you.
No, he knew. But what I'm saying is, when you get to a certain position like I'm at in my life, no one cares. You get to a point to where you're expected to handle that shit, nigga.
But why?
Hold on though. Because you do it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But so
exactly. So what if you stop doing it?
No.
What if
hold on though. But that's why I told you in the beginning. I said it's a double-edged sword. It kind of go both ways, because I've gotten to the point to where I can voice what I'm going through, and I can tell you, man, I'm fucked up. I'm not feeling good today. This shit is, I'm rough. Like, I've gotten to that point.
Okay.
But at the same time, what you going through? Let's see if we can handle it.
Okay.
And so that's why I said it goes both ways. So like, and now.
What's wrong with that though?
No. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I was speaking on was the actual suppression, because even whether you suppress it or whether you speak on it or whether you live on it, the people who depend on you, they don't even care. It's almost like a child, like the love of a kid. Like, my kids don't give a fuck what I'm going through. When they hit the light, it gotta work. When they flush the toilet, they gotta flush. When they hungry, they gotta go see something. Like, they don't care. They don't care if go kill somebody, daddy. Go rob something then, daddy. They don't give a fuck. It has to be there. So that's why I try to teach my kids, like, hey, look here, bruh. You know what I'm putting on the line to get this? Your mom just went to prison.
That's what I'm saying, but
you this or you that. No. But what I'm saying is, even if you do that, it's not gonna change much. So what we have to find out is, those of us who are chosen to carry these loads, we have to find other things like meditation, like writing. I like to write.
I don't think it should just be the chosen ones. It should be everybody.
But it can't be everybody. And
why
I like
can't everybody meditate or?
Well, no. Everyone can. No, everyone can.
With their crystals, align their chakras. Everybody can do that.
You see, I'm lit up. Everybody can. Everybody can do these things, but not everybody will receive the same receptance, because not everybody, like you said earlier in your conversation, there's a billion different mind states. So there's going to be a billion different pools on the energy. There's going to be a billion different receptors. It's a billion different perspectives. And so I like to use the analogy with my team that if everyone was the manager at McDonald's, who would take the orders?
Right. Absolutely.
Who gonna clean the toilets?
Same analogy. I'm like, everybody can't be the owner. Everybody can't be the manager.
But see,
everybody can't even be the employee. Somebody got to be the customer.
You feel me?
You know? I say that shit all the time.
But they have to be in peace with that.
Right.
That's like when I get on the stage and all my partners is with me. No, my niggas, if y'all fuck with me, get in the crowd.
Exactly.
But no, if I make them get in the crowd, they not coming no more. Because they not coming to the show to support me. They coming to the show to get on the stage with me.
Well, maybe they feel like they're not a customer. They're supposed to be an employee. But if
it's
you
not,
don't want no employees working with you at the time, then there's that. Like,
no, it's
you
not
got
even
the
that.
floor right now.
No,
Yeah, I got it.
No.
I got it. Everybody go home. I got
no,
it.
it goes back to what we were just speaking of when I said how they don't even care. It's an opportunity. And everybody is looking for, like my kids. And that's why I take that same mentality.
But I don't want you to think about it as like they don't care.
They really don't.
Okay, but I want
They really
like,
don't.
No, but
Right.
no. But I just want it to be more like.
Think if we could ask God or Jesus or any of their prophets, Moses or Muhammad or Noah or any of them people. Let's ask them how the people felt. They gonna be like, man, them people wasn't even fucking with me, bruh. Jesus is gonna be like, man, the niggas hung me, my nigga. They put me, they killed me, they crucified me, my nigga. Noah gonna be like, bro, when I was building the ark, they wasn't fucking with me.
Okay, no, that's not a good comparison. I'm not sure why you're comparing yourself to Jesus.
I'm not. What I'm saying is any person.
Okay,
because we all strive to be.
But I don't want you to take it personal. Is what I'm saying.
I don't take it personal.
No, you just said that they don't care, and I don't want you to think that.
No,
just because people are going through their own shit doesn't mean they don't care about you.
No, you're missing what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, even though I'm going through what I'm going through, and they're going what they're going through, God done equipped me with an extra battery pack, so I can go through whatever I'm going through, and still go through what they going through too. But not everybody can go through what they going through and go through what I'm going through too. It's too much weight for them. But it's some people that I can take their weight on. It's some people, they shit too heavy. I can't, But it's some people that with the weight that I carry, I can still carry them too. And we good. And what I'm saying is, them people, they know what I go through. Because I voice it to them. We sit around and we have these conversations. And sometimes that's what allows me to continue to carry them, is because they understand what I'm going through. But what I'm saying is, all of that being said, they still don't care. Because they still have... I care.
Okay, so here's the thing.
You know what I mean?
Here's what I've done, and I had to do this a while ago. Anniversary. I had to do this a while ago. I had to let go of the people that didn't care, because I'm just, like we said, I'm just like you, and I care, and I'm very like that. And I'm the same way. I'm put all my shit aside. Like, I literally have $5 to my name. If somebody calls me and needs something, I will give you 4 of the 5. Like, seriously. So my thing is, what I had to do is get rid of all like the users and abusers, and I had to find more battery packs like me, like people like you walking around like that. So it's like different. It's like if I come to you and I'm like, yo, Freeze, I'm going through this, I'm going through that, you're gonna do everything to help me, and then you're gonna turn around and say, fuck, I'm going through this, I'm going through that, and I'm gonna drop everything and help you.
Right.
I had to eliminate the people that weren't reciprocating that energy.
Right.
And then I filled my life with people that were like you. So it's like, now it kind of is about, so basically neither one of our batteries drain, because we're constantly refilling each other, we're constantly charging each other. And I filled my life with fucking chargers instead of just a whole bunch of plugs and phones fucking using all the data. I got that out of my life. I replaced my life as a battery pack with fucking chargers. Right. And all we do is charge each other now. So now none of us drains out.
No, that's
very
beautiful.
small circle, but
no, that's beautiful.
You don't need a lot of chargers, you know?
No, that's beautiful, and that's something that I've done in my life, and I've tried that way, and I kind of felt like I left all of them phones and stuff out. And so that's where the philanthropy part of me comes back in. And I like my recording studio, FREEZTV, all of the different things I do. These things don't make me no money. These are things that I put money that I make in other businesses into so I can provide an opportunity for other people. You know what I mean? And it's like, and I've done it for so long that I don't even have an expectation from it other than just to provide the opportunity. You know what I mean? And it's just, that's why, back to what I was saying earlier, that's why I want to get a school. Because I feel like I'm really wasting my time providing sockets for all of these phones and chargers who don't care, when I can just provide it for their kids.
And they just want to drain your energy.
Yeah, no, I'm not tripping on that part, because my battery pack gonna stay full. They can't even drain it all. But
if you're providing all the sockets for all these different people,
yeah, but it doesn't.
You're gonna get drained out.
No, it doesn't matter because I told you I got favor with God. He keep me juiced up, like wins and losses. I had to come to this conclusion through my own depression, through my own downtime, through my own dark moments and sitting in solitude by myself. I had to realize really who I was. And sometimes I think that's the first step in anything that we do in life, is really having a true understanding of what God put me here for. Like, what am I here for? Like, not what do I want to be, not what do I desire, but really, why was I put here? And I started looking at my life and seeing, like, what type of people do I attract? What type of people were around me since I was a kid? What
did you find? What do you think your purpose is? Like, what do you think you're here for?
I think I'm a doorway to opportunity. I think God...
Okay, I need you to elaborate on that one.
I have a prayer that I use all the time that if it's not for me, just please allow me to be the doorway for the next person.
Okay.
And when I look back into my life, God has always used me to provide opportunities. When I was a little bitty kid, it was opportunities for friends and I've been in situations where I'm going over here and I say, hey, you want to go with me? And we go and you get a better position than you ever had before. I've been in situations where I was going to go do a job interview and took a friend, and when I got there, I didn't even want the job and he got it. Like, I've done a lot of different things, like, and when I look in my life,
Does that make you, like, upset?
A what?
Upset?
Nah, because I didn't go to get it. It was an opportunity.
No, like,
but if I
the
choose
fact that you're like the golden ticket to all the opportunities that goes to everybody else and not you.
Yeah, but I feel like I get my wins in that.
Okay.
So that's why,
great.
back to what I said about a school. So, like, I made a joke about this the other day on live. When I was younger, I used to be in the office all the time. Always in trouble. It's in trouble to the point to where I had a desk in the office. Like, you know how people like...
You were one of those ISS every day.
Man, ISS the whole year.
No.
Like ISS was my home room to where like I got kicked out of ISS to where they had
now you know SS.
they had a desk in the office, like literally, like we'll be on the playground playing, and everybody go to homeroom and I go to the office.
No.
Like,
no.
But I think that
FREEZ.
I'm being honest, but not because I was fighting or being disruptive in class or none of that, but because I was always challenging a teacher and I was always a thinker. I was always looking at it from a different angle or a different perspective.
I was the same kid. I just didn't get ISS.
Yeah.
But I was definitely on.
Man, but
like,
you're a girl. Like, you was probably sitting there cute with your little pigtails and your little stuff.
No pigtails.
No, I don't.
I had my poof ball and she was talking shit and I was like, that's not what happened, because I knew my history at a very young age and I knew a whole bunch of shit, and she would like write in my little Friday folder, Alexis needs to control talking. She needs to like not try to teach the class. I shit you not, they would write that. She needs to not try to teach the class. What does that mean in like elementary school? Like,
stop trying to teach the class. That's what it means.
No, well, she needs to fucking learn what the fuck she's talking about, because she was wrong more often than not. And I was like, that's not what happened. That's not what happened.
But that's why I want a school, because I want them kids.
Yeah.
I want all of those.
I was a good kid though. I was just really smart, and I'm like, why are you lying to people?
Look what you grew up to be.
Yeah.
And look at the business owner you are and the stuff that you do. But imagine if you had that direction in third grade.
Yeah, no, because honestly,
you know what I mean?
When I was
like,
in third grade, you know Gwinnett.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we talking about early 2000s, because I'm an early 90s baby. So we talking about very early, like beginning of 2000s. I was in elementary school in Gwinnett. Like Y2K.
Yeah.
And like early 2000s. And okay, I'll say it like this. Gwinnett was pretty much all white. All white from whenever we moved there. So 2000 all the way to 2005. Because what happened, all fucking white. Me and my brother were the only like little spots in our class. You know, the class picture, and there's like, oh, a little dot. There's a little, oh, that's a person. You know, like we were the only ones in the whole class picture. And then Hurricane Katrina happened in 2005 in Louisiana, and all those kids moved to Atlanta. Well, they moved to like Texas, a lot of different places, but a lot of them came to Atlanta, specifically Gwinnett, and like a shit ton, like thousands came to our district. So fourth grade, it was like me, and then it was like, you know, Sally and Connor and Tanner and Sarah, right? Fifth grade, it was like Shaniqua, Jaquan, like so different.
It
And
was
then,
lit.
right, that was 5th grade year. It was fucking lit. And then all through middle school, it just got more and more, you know, Shaquay and Daquan and all this shit. And then high school, it was at that point, it was like almost like every different race, like Asian, black, white, Indian, Mexican, and it was like 10% of all of us. So it was like the most diverse, like beautiful thing in Duluth. God, fuck, I miss Duluth. But anyway,
That's crazy.
I miss Duluth so much.
I don't like Duluth. It's too.
Why?
It's too white.
See, I'm
From
trying to tell
Roswell,
you, it's not anymore.
Alpharetta.
I don't like Roswell or Alpharetta.
All the way up.
Not that I don't like Roswell, Alpharetta. I just they're the residents.
Yeah.
The area. It's just not my preference.
We used to live in when I first moved to Atlanta. I lived in a condo. I lived in on 12th and I lived on Peachtree and Piedmont. So boom, I'm right in the heart of Buckhead. Just I'm chilling.
My mom was at the W.
Then when my family moved down, we moved to East Cobb. We got a nice home in East Cobb. It was dope.
See, Cobb County came.
But not Cobb County, East Cobb, like more like Sandy Springs, like in between Sandy Springs and Cobb County, like in the middle.
Wait, you don't like Gwinnett and Duluth, but you do Sandy Springs? Are you serious?
Dope. Like, and then my wife worked right there, so it was like proximity. It was still, and it was right by Perimeter Mall. It was
let
like,
me ask you. In Duluth, real quick. You've been to Duluth, right? A lot of times. Like Peachtree Industrial?
Mm-hmm.
There's a neighborhood of Peachtree Industrial called Castlemaine. Have you seen it ever? Drove past it?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
That's where I live. Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't know, because there's so many neighborhoods.
I have to send you if I send you the little thing in the front, you might have seen it before.
Like, I even considered moving to Duluth, like, for real, like.
Yeah,
and I went
it's
and I looked at a
fucking
couple
dope.
houses, and it was cool.
Shout out to the Wildcats. I love you guys.
It's closer to the lake, you know what I'm saying? It's closer to the lake in Atlanta. But we ended up moving to Alpharetta. And when we moved to Alpharetta, I hated it. It was like no music after 9 o'clock. Like it's a city ordinance. You can't be riding down the street with your music playing loud in the car. You can't like.
No, that kid died at the gas station.
Yeah, like that shit is crazy. I pulled up at a gas station and went in to get blunts, and the lady was like, "You're not from around here, are you?" I'm like, "Nah, what's up?" She was like, "You're gonna get a ticket. Turn that music down." But you gotta think. Over here though, we have this imaginary vision of Atlanta being this black utopia. But that's why
I don't know what vision they have over here because I'm from there. I know what's there, so I don't know what imaginary vision. I've been there.
Atlanta's like super black inside the 285. It's like super black inside the 285. But outside of the 285, it's not that black.
Not necessarily because
it's black people sprinkled in.
That's not
necessarily all black.
I got family, like hella family in Macon. Macon is black as fuck.
Yeah, but that's a whole different city. That's not metropolitan Atlanta.
No, that's outside, like you said.
Yeah, but Macon,
but
I meant like, yeah, that is. But all through there.
You're talking about like Savannah
Macon.
and shit.
No. I'm not talking about other cities. I meant, let me rephrase that. I meant metropolitan Atlanta, like Sewanee, Duluth, Gwinnett County, Douglasville, Douglas. What's on the other side? On the other, like Lithonia, it's a few black people in Lithonia. Then when you go on the other side of Lithonia, you're going into like Connors or something. It's like not. Then when you go, that's white privilege. Like big goddamn red flags on that motherfucker. What's Confederate flags? When you pull into Stone Mountain, they got the big Confederate flags, and they got the white man etched into the stone of the mountain of the Confederate soldiers that do the light show at night.
Like little mini.
Like that's
Mount
KKK, like
Stop
heaven.
It.
That's
Stop.
like that's like KKK heaven. That's like
they're trying to be like a little baby Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, for KKK. You know it, like for real. When you ride in the park and pay to come in, you ride through the Confederate flags. Like you there. Like this shit is. But inside the 285 with the blue police cars that say police in red, them is black people, and it's popping. But when you get to them other colored police cars, you might bump into something different.
I got family all over, like
unless you like College Park,
College Park. Obviously, like I said, Stone Mountain, Decatur.
But we ain't talking about Atlanta. We talking about you. And we talking about mental health. And we talking about Arizona history. And we talking about why black people don't support other black people. And,
Okay,
and
pause. I didn't say that. You did.
But the main thing,
I
though,
didn't say
was,
that.
But
Black
the topic,
people support black people.
The topic we was on right now, though, was people like really speaking up and not being afraid to speak what they going through and speak on it. And a lot of them topics like that hit home with me. You know, people who watch my series, they know that I just recently had something that happened to me personally. A couple years ago it happened, and a couple years before that it happened. And it's like when you get to see these, like sometimes you hear about suicide, you hear about these different things that people done went through, but you hear about them. And it's different when it's like your brother, your child, your baby mama, your cousin, you're this person, you're that person. Like when these people start coming in, hitting home, then it makes you start looking at it from a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? And I feel you 100%, and that's why I say it's a double-edged sword, because I think we do need to talk about these things, and we do need to get these things out of us. But more than anything, we just need to find a way to deal with it. And I don't necessarily know if talking about it is the right way.
No,
I don't
wait,
necessarily
I disagree,
know.
like with that first as being the first step.
Yeah,
because
but
we got to talk about it. But I think, in my opinion, the first step is figure out where is this coming from as far as I can't talk about it. Where is that feeling and stigma coming from? Let's heal that first. Let's heal the fact that you think you're going to be made fun of, or you're going to be weak or seen as lame if you talk about this stuff. Let's start there. And then the next step is being able to talk about it.
Right.
And then the third step is feeling, now how do we deal with this?
Right. I'd rather start with the how do we deal with this part. You know what I mean?
How do you cannot figure out how to deal with it before you figure out where the root of it is coming from.
Well,
you
no,
gotta attack
the
it
root,
by the root. Why are you trying to attack it by the leaves?
No, but you're speaking from the root of
the problem. The root of the issue is
right, but
you feel like you can't talk about it.
No,
you're talking about how do I
no.
deal with it. You're starting from the leaves. You gotta start from the root of the tree.
No. If my problem is I'm feeling, let's say I feel like a 2 every day. Out of 10. Every day I wake up, I feel like a 2. Not feeling adequate or feeling proud enough or strong enough to talk about it, or why I feel like I don't want to talk about it or whatever to somebody, to me, in my opinion, is irrelevant. To me, nigga, why are you feeling like a 2? This is what I tell myself. I go stand in the mirror and I look at myself and I say, my nigga, why are you feeling like a 2 today?
And what's your answer?
And I start talking to myself and I look into myself. Okay, what did I do yesterday that made me feel like a 10, but today I feel like a 2? Then I go back and I reflect on my day from yesterday and I say, okay, I did this, I liked it, I felt good when I did this. This made me, I didn't really like that. I like this. And then I start implementing more of those things into my day and make those things more of a routine. Then I look up and I went, so like I was saying earlier, when I went through a depression and I was like in a weird place and I was feeling like a superhero. Like I feel like, you ever feel like Austin Powers in a movie when he lost his mojo? Or Flash. I like to talk about Flash because Flash is what got me through. I was not wanting to talk about what I was going through. Being a strong man, I'm being proud. I'm cutting this little guy's hair. And as I'm cutting his hair, he's in a chair and he's watching Flash on his tablet. And as I'm cutting, I'm watching Flash with him. But Flash couldn't, he does this trick like this where he can like go through walls and stuff, but he couldn't do it. He couldn't do none of his shit. He couldn't run fast. He couldn't, and he was like depressed and he was fucked up. And I'm watching this on the thing as I'm cutting the little boy hair. I'm like, whoa, and I'm kind of resonating with what Flash is going through. Like, so I said, what you watching? He said, I'm watching Flash. I said, what's that on? He was like, WB or boom. I'm like, okay. Where can I? He said, it's on Netflix. I'm like, bet. So he leaves, boom, I cut the little guy up. I stayed in a barbershop and binge watched Flash probably like 6 seasons. When I got done watching that series, I had turned back into a superhero. I was able to walk on water again. I was able to run. I was able to run like I could. And I didn't talk to nobody. I didn't tell nobody what I was going through. I didn't talk to nobody about what I was going through. I figured out how to handle it. And it was something that I found in that series that just like it sparked like, whoa, hold on, I'm dealing with that. And every episode they deal with different issues, whether if it's parent and child or husband and wife or friend and friend. It's like it's therapeutic. And it's a bunch of different issues that they're dealing with in that series. And when I felt like I was a superhero again, and I came back out and I was FREEZ again, now I could talk about what I had went through.
Well,
but not because I talked about it to somebody.
No, I know.
But because I figured out a way to handle it. So back to what we were saying again right in there. I'm not dealing with the leaves. I just felt like I found a way to handle it.
Okay, no, so I understand that.
So if more people look for a way to just handle it instead of always...
Hold on, wait. That's what I was going to stop you. Listen to it. I feel everything you're saying. Luckily, you were able to be blessed with that day of not only working at the barbershop that day, having that little kid. He just so happened to be watching that. You just so happened to be looking over his shoulder. It's just so happened to trigger you. You stayed, you know what I mean? You had that day. There's people that, because prior to that day, you were going through shit and didn't know how to handle it until you found Flash. There's people that are going through shit, they just haven't had that day where they found Flash yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you should, it's not fair to say, well, you need to look for it, it came upon you and you just embraced it. So that's not really fair to say. You know what I mean? You didn't look for it. Like, it just came there, but that's cool. That's cool, though. But just know that other people haven't had their day of that little boy yet.
No, I'm feeling you. But just like I found it in Flash, I would have found it in something else because I was looking for it. And I think that there's so many people.
Is that fair to say?
I do, because I went through this in a different part of my life, and I used to use basketball to get through it. Then there was another part of my life when I told you I've been out in these streets since I was 13. So there have been periods in my life where I've went through these moments and I didn't know what I was going through. And then I would like spark, and then I would get all of this acclaim again, and I'll be back on the high, and I'll be feeling like I want to feel, then I'll be back low again. And then I'll be like, damn, how do I get back to... So now at 40-something years old is when I've been able to look back at my life in retrospect and line it up, and now I can see my moments. That's what Flash helped me do. Like I said, there's been times when it was reading a book that has sparked these different things. It's all different things, but I feel like, and I'm in agreement with you, some people, they haven't found their moments yet. But at the same time, a lot of those people who haven't found their moments yet, I don't think they're paying attention. And because I think, in my own personal opinion, I think God gives a lot of us, but it's just my opinion. I think God gives, like just me, like you said earlier, I'll speak about me. I think God has given me opportunities to do amazing shit that I missed. And then I came back around. And then I missed it again. And then it came back around. And I missed it again. And then it came back around. And I missed it again. And finally, when I caught it, it was too late. So even though I got the accolade from it, I got the success of it, I got the whatever from it that I wanted to get from it, it was too late. And when I look back at my life, I can see all of those moments where I'm like, God tried to give it to me right there, but I wasn't paying attention. He tried to give it to me right there, but I wasn't paying attention. And the time that I did pay attention, I still got it because it was for me, but it was too late. And I think that accountability is one of the words that a lot of people run from. And the word accountability is what causes a lot of self-esteem issues. It's what causes a lot of fears, a lot of anxieties. It causes a lot of feeling like insecure or not adequate enough because we really have to be accountable. So if we don't have to be accountable for some things, then it don't really, hey. And that's why I was saying earlier in this conversation that when we speak of depression and when we speak of low energy, low people moving on a lower frequency and different things, now in 2022, I think it's a fad. I think it's cool.
Okay, but wait.
So now we got all of these people bunched together.
Okay.
Who, like you say, it's not fair that I'm holding them accountable for finding their moments.
No.
But it's cool for them to join the like, let's say, for example, when I was younger, you had people that committed suicide. It happened. You know, it's always been a thing. But in 2022, it's like really an option now. It's like live or die. Like, I'm just gonna kill myself. Like, it's really an option now. Like, it's been magnified. It's been ripped because now in 2022, it's accepted for people to walk around here all fucked up so they can dope them up with pills. And this big pharma is making all of this money off of pushing all of these pills. And then you got people who getting into real estate now, and they buying multiplexes, turning them into group homes, putting all the people in there, doing contracts with Magellan and Project Home and all these places, who are just shoveling people into these places, who they doping them up with pills, and now they've created a whole industry out of depression. And then you say, well, how do we fix it? It's not to be fixed because now they're making too much money off of it.
But I disagree with a lot of what you said.
Well, what do you disagree with?
First
Just keeping it a buck.
My thing is I'm trying to be an advocate for people who really are going through depression, and they don't want people that think the way that you think about it, like thinking like, oh, you're just on this fad shit. Like,
no, I didn't say that. I didn't mean everybody's on it.
Okay, but let me just say, do you know how like, first of all, we already started this thing by talking about how they already don't want to talk about it, especially in our community. They don't want to say like, I'm depressed, I'm whatever the fuck. So it's already hard to ever come out. Do you know how hard it is to build up the courage to finally come out and say, I'm depressed, I'm going through this, I'm suicidal, whatever, and people then have the mentality of like, oh, you're just on the fad? They're gonna be like, what the fuck? It took everything in me to say this, and that's what they think? Like, that is like, I don't even know, because all you want is like that support and like the, hey, I understand, I'm there for you, whatever. But when you have like people that think like you're just on that social media shit, you're just on that like clout shit, it's like the invalidation of the feelings, you know what I mean? Is like, I will be honest, I've been in that position before. I've been in that position before where I tried for so long to be so strong. I'm a very good actress. So I put on for a long time and made it seem like everything was okay for a long time, until one day I finally broke and nobody took me serious. And that was like, okay, I'm out of here. You know, like, fuck it. So I know what that's like to like just need that, like, just understanding, I guess, or compassion or sympathy or whatever, and just getting like, you're strong. We don't even know what you're talking about, because all we know is a strong, you know, boss-like entity. We don't know anything about. What are you talking about? You're not sad. You're just having a bad day. You just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Go get something to eat. You'll be fine. No, like, it's again. This is why I'm saying I want to be an advocate for like people like understanding what people go through on a mental health basis, and like, you know, just, I mean, and again, back to what I said originally, there's billions of people in the world, there's billions of different minds, they work billions of different ways. You can't understand everybody. You can't understand most people. But the least you can do is just have that sympathy for them, and empathy, and just try to help, and have that helping hand, and just understand and have that patience. For example, I worked at this one job, I'm not going to say the company name, but I worked at this one job, and there was a lot going on in my life. Like, I had a lot going on in my personal life that was really bad. My mother was diagnosed with cancer, stage 4 cancer. It was a lot going on in my life, and I just was not handling it well. And I kept having to take, like, I kept using my sick days. and I was doing like mental health days because I'm just like, you know, I'm not sick, I'm not in the hospital, but I just need a mental health day, and then I do another week or two, then take another day, and then I started using PTO because I was just going through a lot, and they gave me a little bit of time off, like 2 or 3 days, and then it was just kind of like. After the couple days, I came back, and I'm still not doing good because at this point, my mom was now about to start intensive chemo. So it was just like a lot mentally. And they're kind of looking at me like, you ain't over your shit yet? Like, you don't feel better yet? Like, we gave you like 2 or 3 days. Like, what the fuck? Like, you should be okay now. You should be happy again. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I actually did tell this particular job what was going on. I said, you know, my mom just got diagnosed with cancer. She's going to have to start like the most intensive type of chemo there is because she's at stage 4 already at diagnosis, triple negative. So they didn't think she was gonna make it to Christmas. So they were like, you know, so it was a lot I was going through. And they just kind of like, okay, we'll give you like Monday and Tuesday off, you know, so you got 2 extra days after the weekend. And by Wednesday, I was just supposed to fucking just be perfect again, just feel better, be better, you know, back to work like normal. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Like, I'm a fucking human. Like, what in the fucking corporate America is wrong with you? Like, I just don't understand. So it was just like, I'm really just an advocate for people really understanding what people are going through and being patient with them and just just allowing them to heal at their own time and in the healing process go through what they have to go through.
Is that fair to the business?
What do you mean?
Like, say for example, if my business is based on you and you're going through this situation and I say, yeah, you can take the weekend, take Monday and Tuesday off, but we're gonna need you here Wednesday ready to go.
I can't answer that because none of the businesses that I'm talking about were based on me. I'm talking about corporate America, Fortune 500 companies where there's like 1,500 fucking employees in the building at one time. They don't fucking need me. Yeah, they don't need me that day. I can take 3 months off. They're not gonna miss me.
But they got PTOs.
It's not like I work for FREEZTV and I'm your personal assistant. That's different.
Yeah.
This is a Fortune 500 company with a fucking row of fucking cubicles. Right. I can take 3 months off. You don't need me unless you're being a bitch and trying to make me feel bad for being a human.
Yeah, like, you know, I'm in agreement with you with that because I think they should be more compassionate.
Absolutely.
But looking at it from...
like disgusting.
Looking at it from, like, the business side, they don't even care. Like I said earlier in this thing, like, they don't care. Like, we need to get our bottom line is our production.
Listen, not everybody's like that. Not everybody's like that. No. For example, not every business, I'm saying. Mm-hmm. For example, I've never worked there, but I'm just saying as an example, as a customer. A place like Chick-fil-A, they treat their employees like fucking gold. That's why they're always like, welcome to Chick-fil-A. What can I get for you? Oh, chicken sandwich. Like, they're all like chipper and shit because they're treated so well. They're paid well. They have vacation time. Their tuition is paid for. Like, it's fucking crazy how well they're treated there. They get Sundays off. Like, it's crazy, and it always has been, and it's only getting better as time goes on. And that's just one example of many companies like that. But with that being said, it's just kind of like,
do you desire to be a Fortune 500 company? Like
me?
Meshan? Yeah.
Like with a whole bunch of employees?
No, I'm just saying, like,
no.
I'm just saying with the value of a Fortune 500 company, which might make you have to have that many employees.
No, I would never have that many employees. Listen, I am very inspired at the fact that Kylie Jenner got $700 or $900 million. She didn't get $1 billion, but she got $700 or $900 million. And her company got like fucking 7 employees, and they're like her friends.
Yeah, her personal company, but she probably has about 500 employees dealing with her makeup lines and all these different companies she partner with.
But she was smart enough to outsource, honestly, to different companies, different countries. Right. So that's a lot cheaper labor. But my point is, but them immediate, like, actual, like, operations manager and shit, those are her friends.
But do you think them other people is? You think them other companies she work with is caring about her friends and her people? No, they producing that damn makeup.
And somebody from Indonesia.
Yeah, so
it's 55 cents an hour.
Yeah, so it's not. So the same thing. You think the people in Indonesia, the lady who's making the stuff, her child just passed away, or something just went through, and they tell her, no, we don't give a fuck. Come make this makeup for 55 cents.
See, I'm not gonna get into the logistics of what
like,
I would be doing morally
like,
for my workers. I'm not gonna get into that because I would be like, no, they get the rest of the year off.
No,
But
I feel you. No, I'm just saying, I feel you 100% on the compassion part because I've watched this happen in my life, and I've watched people go. My mom's mom passed away a few years ago, and my mom still hasn't got over it. My mom really should have retired when this happened. You know what I mean? I'm watching my mom still get up and go to work every day, and still because she wants the right amount in her pension and her retirement.
no, but that's also like you said earlier. You got to find a way to deal with it. That might be her way of dealing with it.
No, exactly.
Or lack thereof. Not dealing with it.
Maybe her motivation to get her pension at a certain amount is her way of dealing with it. So maybe when she drives to work every night, because she works the overnight shift, the graveyard shift. So and she's been working that shift for 30 years. So when my mom drives to work, maybe she thinks like, I'm doing this to get my pension, even though she's depressed, even though she's down, even though
that's her way of dealing with it.
Exactly, and that's why I said a lot, and she don't talk about it. She don't do nothing. She's one of them black women who internalizes everything. Super grandma mamas for everybody. Like, but she still has to.
Okay, so segue back into what we were talking about. That perfect description of who she is. You said the super mom, super sugar mama, whatever, big mama's house, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine she coming home and just in shambles, and she's not gonna do that.
No, we have these conversations though. Like me and her talking, like me and you are talking right now.
I mean, yeah, but that's again.
And she'll tell me, she'll say, bro, like I'm fucking, like I miss my mama.
Right.
And she'll be crying, and she'll be like, and I miss.
That's you and her to the side. I'm saying, what coming into the public and saying publicly, I'm depressed. I'm not over this.
No, she can't tell the public that.
Exactly. Why?
No, because
we gotta stop that.
No, because the public don't care.
No, but when I say the public, her
job,
family,
the people she working. Her family know what she going through, but I'm talking about when she go to work. They don't care. The students at her. No, but that's what we're talking about. The people who closest to you. They mainly know what you're going through, unless you go.
She's not having the same conversations with all the family that she's having with you.
No, and she shouldn't have to though. Like I don't tell all my cousins
again,
the same
that's
stuff.
that mindset that she shouldn't have to.
Like,
She can't. Why?
No, it's not about.
Because talking makes you.
No, that's whack to me. Like just to me.
See?
No,
shit right
it's
there.
about,
that's whack to you.
No,
that's whack to you. What does that mean?
Problem-solving skills is a tool.
No.
Hold on,
you just said that's whack to you, and that is the whole point of this conversation.
I'm about to explain it to you.
We gotta stop that mindset.
No, I'm explaining to you.
It's not whack saying your emotions. It's not asking for help.
No, it's whack saying my emotions to somebody who can't help me.
Why?
If you can't help me, why am I telling you how I feel?
Because sometimes talking about it makes you feel better.
No.
Sometimes they can't help you, but they can at least help walk you through the solution. They don't have the money in their pocket to give to you, but or just
walking you through is help.
You can literally go talk to an OG and they'll just help walk you through it because they've been there before.
Right.
They're not gonna throw you the money to here you go. But
they can help you. So I know the people who I can go talk to who can help me get through it.
Or just the people like a maternal figure, like a mother or something, where now what they're doing is just they're saying, okay, I love you and I'm here for you and I'm gonna hold you and I hear you.
No, I feel you.
And I'm like, it's not everything is just here you go.
No, that's you're missing what I'm saying. Like this person, I can go talk to this cousin or this person who can help me walk through it and talk through it. But this cousin, he can't do that. So what I'm talking to him for? I'm gonna talk to this one. And then this Annie, I talked to this Annie, and she helped me get to this and to that level. But this Annie, she can't help me with that. I call her for sweet potato pies and shit. I don't call her to tell her about my mental health. I talk to this Annie about that. Okay. I talk to this uncle about.
No, that's fine, as long as you have somebody to.
No, but that's what I'm saying. In my opinion, everybody need to find that somebody.
Yes.
Not everybody. Like, you don't need to tell everybody.
No, I never said that.
Go find that somebody.
I never said that. No, you find that somebody.
That's what I've been saying in this whole conversation.
So you find that somebody, but what you said before
find your solution.
But what you started with before is, if somebody else on the outside finds that somebody, this is what you started with, finds that somebody, and hypothetically that somebody is you, and then they come piling their shit onto you, and they didn't ask if you can handle it right now, they don't know what you're going through. We started with that.
Right. But what I told you is
you gotta
I can
find
handle
that
it. Because
okay,
I
you can
told you I
handle
got
it.
an
Okay.
extra pack.
You can
but
handle
the
it.
next person can't handle it.
You can handle it.
So
but there's
we ain't
a lot
gonna
of,
take that
but
to him.
You can handle it, but there's a lot of people that they're in your position where they like other people look up to them like, oh, I can go tell them my shit.
They can't handle it.
But
because they going through their own shit and they can't handle it.
So how do we get past that?
We gotta help them handle their shit.
No, well, we need to be pushing in our community.
Education.
Is professional.
No, just education.
No, not just education.
Preparation,
Not just
because
education. No. Listen to me. No, hear me out. Education too, but professional help. Professional. You can't just
From
go
a
to
therapist?
Listen, you can't just always go to your homeboy. He might not know what the fuck he's talking about. You can't just go to the barbershop and be like, yo, this is what I'm going through. Y'all help me. You can't always just do that. You need professional help. You need people that have the capacity to take on what you have to give because that's their fucking job.
No, I feel you.
But our community is like, oh no, I God forbid people see me pull up to the office of the therapist. Like why are we like that?
Because it's kind of capped though. It's kind of like, let's just put it in let me speak of me again. I have family members who went to real counseling. I've went to real counseling, but I had the best results watching Flash. I'm being honest with you. I've spent thousands of dollars going to counseling. I've talked to this person, that person. I was going to the prison to see my wife every weekend. We talking about it. We going through all types of shit. But the biggest help that I got, that got me to break through and be who I need to be again, was the fucking show Flash. So I'm just saying, if you're paying attention and if you're looking for it, it might be the counselor that you go see and you go pay this shrink and you lay on the couch and you tell them your shit. They can even hypnotize you and talk you through it, whatever. I got a friend that's doing that right now. And then when they get through, he come and discuss whatever they play with me. Like, bro, look what they just said that I was doing. And I talk him through that.
All I'm saying is, I don't think you should say that they're not trying. I just think it's your good karma because what you just said, you were trying, you went to the counselors,
right.
you were going to the prisons, you were trying, and then it just kind of, the good karma was like, all right, you've been trying, boom, I'm putting it in your fucking barber chair.
So you think I got blessed and know everybody else not getting it?
No, I'm not.
But what
saying
about the other people who trying?
Getting it. They just haven't had that day at the barbershop yet. That's all I'm saying. So to say that they're not looking is not fair. That's all I've been saying.
No, you're right. But I think we're saying the same thing different. Because I said it keep coming around. And they just not seeing it. They ain't had their moment in the barbershop yet.
That's all I'm saying.
But that don't mean their moment hasn't been there this whole time.
Okay, so
that's what I'm speaking on.
So you saying there's been other times where you were in the barbershop and Flash was probably playing on TV, but you weren't paying attention.
Exactly.
Until that boy.
But what I'm saying is it might not have been Flash. It might have been coming down here, taking this walk and reading these things. There was always something there that was ready.
Phoenix, stop playing with me. Phoenix, did the camera get that?
Hey, no, that was probably a car, like.
No, that wasn't a fucking car. Do you know what a car sounds like? That was not a muffler.
No, that was a car. No, but
that was too spaced out to be a car. that shit had hesitation between it.
We are at the state capitol, and if y'all know, in any state, the state capitol is close to the hood. So you never know. Right there is the hood.
I really hope the camera caught that because
right there is the hood. But you made me miss my point. I was about to make that hell of a point.
That was close, though. I heard that close.
I was making the point of the point of the point of the point. See how?
Why are you so just okay with this right now?
Because this is my life.
That shit said. Oh no! Oh.
She said that shit said. Hey, yeah, and they talking about. This is culture. This is the culture. We gang bang and go to prison out here. We sell drugs, gang bang, and go to prison. That's our culture.
I have nothing to do with the sort. I don't know what he's talking about.
That's our culture.
I go to the studio and I take my little ass home. That's what I do.
Oh, this what I was saying in before we heard the gunshots.
Wow, glad you confirmed it. Go ahead.
Yeah. What the point I was making is, in our lives every day, there's something that's, my opinion, this is just my opinion, that every day and every moment God gives us insight to whatever it is that we need to jumpstart our life. But I think there comes a point in time where we're actually open to receiving and looking. And I think that just because we catch it today and somebody else catch it next week, or somebody else catch it next year, or somebody else catch it in 10 years or 20 years, doesn't mean that it wasn't there the whole time. It's just when you caught it.
Okay, all I'm saying is it's not fair to say, oh, you didn't catch it yet. But like,
no,
okay, they didn't catch it yet.
Okay, it's
like,
not
you know
fair
what I
to
mean?
I won't say that.
Okay,
but what I will say, no, but what I will say is we still have to stand on accountability. Because when I'm in a miserable place and I'm in a dark place, it's usually something that I did or went through that caused me to get into this place. So I have to be more accountable for the actions that I'm taking when I'm feeling good.
Okay, so all I'm saying is I'm trying to be the advocate for expressing to outsiders to be more patient.
And
while people are
waiting
accepting,
on their moment.
no.
I'm just waiting on my moment.
While they
I'm
are
sad.
Stop it.
I'm
no,
at home
stop
sad. And y'all
it.
wait on me, boss. I'm gonna come to work when I feel better.
Listen.
I know I ain't been to work in 2
No.
months, but I'm still sad.
FREEZ,
and when I feel better, I'm gonna come, because I ain't had my flash moments yet. And when I have my flash moment, I'll feel better. But
Cameron, please. So this is exactly what I'm trying to be the advocate for. I understand people that are depressed. You need a moment to just heal and process what you're going through, because it's a lot. And then once it's time for you to start accepting accountability, you're going through that, you're starting to prioritize what you need to do. And in that time period, you need patience.
Yes.
I am the advocate for that. So I understand when you got those like bitch ass bosses that's like, you took yesterday off, you need today off too. Like, yes, motherfucker, I need the 2 days for mental health, like, because I'm going through whatever the fuck right now, right? I remember I was working at this other job, not gonna say the name.
You gotta stop working jobs. I ain't never had a job. Maybe that's why I feel this way. I ain't never had a job.
We'll come back to that.
I bought a barbershop when I was like 18.
Okay,
and I've been
lucky duckling. We'll come back.
Why do I have to be lucky?
Because
I
you
made
fucking
different
want a
choices.
business. No, you had the fucking finances and the resources to get a business.
No, I didn't.
You can't just get a fucking barbershop. You at least gotta have the money.
No, I'm gonna tell you.
I barely had the money for a $5 footlong, and I worked next door to it. I worked fucking next door.
Look, I didn't have the money. The old man who owned it, I worked there, and he didn't have no customers. Raggedy chairs, raggedy shit, and I would go every day. And I would be there on time to work, and I'm there. And he would never come to work. And I'd be like, where are you going? He's like, I'm a preacher, bro. Like, I'm rather be in my church than being here. Like, you got that. Like, work, nigga. So I told him one day, I said, bro, why are you? He said, manifest it. You want this? Manifest it. Claim it. Move the chairs around. Put them how you want it. Change the pictures on the wall. Make it yours. And left. So I'm in there. I start changing shit around. I start rearranging shit. Hold on, though. Okay. So I started believing it was mine. He started coming to work like, oh, you changed that shit. Right on, but he's really mad. Like really, like, I'm glad that you're doing it, but damn, like, I can't believe you're actually doing it. Yeah. So then I'm in college playing basketball, doing whatever, and he reached out to me and said, hey, I'm finna sell the shop. So I called my friend who worked with me and said, hey, they gonna sell the shop. And he was like, bet, I get a loan from the bank and let's just bust it out and boom, boom, boom. And that's how we got the shop. So then I left school and went back to cut hair, and every year I would go back and we just bust it down, and now the shop is still open today, and we have another shop and other shit. But so it wasn't about having a lot of money. It wasn't about having money. It was about having favor. It was about having favor. I told you I got favor with God. I told you me and God is cool.
You're the chosen one.
No, I think we all are the chosen one. I think you the chosen one. I think he's the chosen one. I think her over there, the man that just walked by, I think he's the chosen one. But I think it's up to us to find out what we're chosen to be. That's just my opinion. But I think I'm chosen. I think I'm special, actually. I think God has extra favor on my life. I do. I think I'm like blessed.
So as
like super blessed.
As Drake and Wayne would say, I'm going in. All right. So here's the thing. I'm just gonna say this quick. This battery's about to die. I'm gonna say this quick. there's a lot. Respectfully, I love you. No disrespect. There's a lot of rich white people that feel a certain type of way about, and these are like more of like the racist, privileged, like not okay people, but they feel a certain type of way about that type of lifestyle, like you just said. So like you earlier said, you were like, well, why am I, different? I didn't get lucky. I'm okay. Then you told the story, and I'm like,
that's not luck.
So, no, hold on.
That's work.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
They put you in there to work, but the owner or whoever wasn't really there, wasn't interested in it, was at the church, wanted to do that, pretty much gave it to you. Then, after you decorated and all, it's yours already. It's yours. So you got it handed down to you. First of all, it was inherited. And then...
No, it wasn't.
And then, hold on, and then...
I didn't have to do the work, and he didn't have to tell me what he told me.
But listen, after that, then now he's saying he wants to sell it because you said jealousy, whatever, so he wants to sell it now. The fact that you have a friend who can even get a loan from the bank to buy something like a commercial business.
I have a friend that's getting a loan now to buy a $7 million school for me.
And do you know how many black people don't?
That's their fault. I told you I got favor on my life, and these are all black people. These are all black people I'm speaking of that I'm telling you about.
My point is...
These are all black people.
You have to understand the level of privilege that is just to have a friend that has a $7 million fucking line of credit.
So I'm just the most privileged person in the world. I'm just the most privileged black person.
What I'm saying is,
there's no other black people with the privileges that I have.
I don't fucking know anybody who has a $7 million line of credit that can get it. Do you know anybody who got a $7 million? Do y'all know anybody who got a $7 million line of credit to get you a fucking school? I don't. You do, Johnny? No? Yeah, but you do.
Yeah.
Awesome for you. Most of us fucking don't.
Why don't you?
That's my point. So you were 18. You were balling in school, right? They're gonna sell the shop. You can call your homeboy and say, bro, go get a loan, buy the fucking shop, and he could fucking do that with his credit score, with everything. Do you know how many black... We don't fucking have that.
Yes, we do.
You have to understand that level of privilege is not a bad thing, but you have to be... It's a blessing. Okay, it's a blessing.
It's not privilege.
It's a blessing.
And it's a choice
but you have to be
hard work.
But you have to not only be appreciative of it, you can't judge other people for not having that resource. Because everybody doesn't have a fucking friend who can go do that. We can't just be fucking balling in school and be like, bro, they're about to sell the shop. I don't want that. All right, no, I got you. I'm gonna go to the bank tomorrow. Most of us don't fucking have that.
Why don't we though? That's the question you should be asking.
No, the question is, why are you judging the people that don't have that?
No, because
in your own community.
Because I'm one of the people who didn't have it in my community, and I went out there and found it.
At 18, you had it in a bro.
No, at 13, I had it in a bro.
Okay, so what the fuck?
No, no. It goes back to the word accountability.
It's not even bad, but it's like, that's cool for you, but don't judge other people because they didn't have the same blessings you had. That's not fair.
I'm not, but I don't have survivor's remorse either. I don't have remorse because I made it. I got a song where I said, now that I done got rich, I don't feel bad because I got rich. Because you didn't. Because I started out poorer than you. So now that I'm rich, I don't look at that person and be like, damn, I wish you had your moment. No, nigga. When I was eating syrup sandwiches and your mama was making breakfast every day, you wasn't worried about me. When I never got when I never got school clothes ever, and y'all wore new clothes every day. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They laying that shit out. I never got that.
Just yesterday, you said you're not like that when we were talking about "Don't Give a Fuck" my song. You said no, that's not true. Just because you're going through shit, people should not give a fuck. Now you're saying, when I was eating syrup sandwiches, you didn't give a fuck about me. You just said yesterday you're not like that.
I'm not.
So what are you saying right now?
I'm saying that I've been blessed because I'm not like that. I've used all of that as fuel to be. Hold on.
I was eating syrup sandwiches. Y'all had breakfast. So you mad at them for that?
So listen, no, I'm not mad at them for that. But they shouldn't be mad at me for using that as fuel to become who I became. It goes both ways. You know, it goes both ways. They shouldn't, like, for example, I'm not mad at them for hating on me. So now don't be mad at me because I'm shining on you. It go both ways.
I'm mad at you though.
No, you just said when people, I have a friend who can do this, or I have a friend who can do that. We was in the same places. Like, for example, I have a friend who was just as poor as me. We in the same position. His mom got cancer, got diagnosed with cancer, and like a month later, his mom was dead. Kevin Johnson was sponsoring all of us who played for the Phoenix Suns. He was helping all of us in the community while he was here. When that happened to my dude and his mom passed away or whatever, KJ went and took him out of our community, adopted him, brought him out of our community, whoop, and then sent him to college. My nigga's a corporate lawyer now with now he's helping KJ run for mayor and do all types of shit. My nigga's a great individual now. He's a great human.
That's where I heard Kevin Johnson in the mirror. Okay.
Yeah, he's a great human. My guy turned into a great human.
Wow.
But I'm not mad at him because he got blessed, or he's not mad at me because we started with nothing. And I can keep telling you stories about this, about people who started with nothing. And now these people are doing amazing things. And in my opinion, they shouldn't feel bad about the people who didn't. Because we was all right there together with nothing. But, like I tell
Okay, so you shouldn't judge the people that haven't yet.
That's why I said, I'm not tripping, I'm not judging them. I create opportunities for them who haven't did it yet. So I go get my rich homies, and I say, hey, let me use your credit to buy this building so I can get a school for my underprivileged people kids. And then when they come to the school, we can teach their kids about real estate and first-time home buyers, and they can take this shit home and teach their parents. Then from 6 to 11 at night, their parents could come in and take a GED class and then learn how to buy a house, learn how to do different things. You feel me? So now I can attack the parent through the kid, because the people who started with me, they don't even care. I keep telling you this. They don't even care. So if people are gonna keep generationally just sending their kids to the bus stop, wake up. Take their kids outside, take them to the bus stop. Kids go to school, whatever the teachers indoctrinate them with or whatever, make sure they have good grades. I could post online today, my daughter has a 4.2, and people gonna be like, oh yeah, your daughter's fucking dope. Yay, congratulations.
I'm not saying they don't have accountability. They just are struggling to be accountable right now because of the mental health. Because of the mental health.
And now how long?
And you can't judge them as a person because of their mental health.
I'm in agreement
I think
with
that's
that.
my biggest point.
No, I'm in agreement with that, and I agree with you
mental
with
health
that.
issues will turn you into fucking somebody else.
But what we have to figure,
deadass.
what we have to figure out, and I think this interview is dope. Like, this is something different. This isn't like usually what we talk about or what we vibe with, but this is like more personal and a little bit more. Like I said, I wanted to bring her out here and show her about Arizona. She wanted to tell me about her, and we ended up talking about goddamn people feeling all different ways, dealing with mental health and all different things, and I think it's dope. But I agree with everything you said on this whole topic. I do. I really, really, really do. And I agree with it on another level after some of the things that I've went through, and I see my mom still haven't snapped out of it, or my baby mom still haven't snapped out of it, or this person. Like, you get to see it in real time. So I feel you. But at the same time, rent is due Friday.
You can't rush the healing process.
I'm not saying rush the healing process, but
I know, rent's due Friday.
Rent's due Friday.
I get it, but
right. And it's crazy. It's fucked up.
it's honestly, it's like
No,
you're
it's
like
fucked up.
the corporate
Like-
jobs where like they understand and they give you the time, but then they're like, okay, and these are the people that's like, I'm trying to get better in your timeline, but the fact that you're giving me a timeline gives me more anxiety.
Yeah.
For example, when people take that PTO day or them sick days or whatever, it's like cool because it's like you got 2 days off. Let's just say you got Monday and Tuesday off. So even on Friday, you're like, shit, I got a 4-day weekend. Saturday's cool. Sunday's like, oh shit, I got 2 days left. Monday is like, fuck, there's only a day, and you may get shit done. By Tuesday, you're like, well, fuck, I gotta go back to work tomorrow. So you've had anxiety the whole 4 days. You couldn't even enjoy your fucking 4 days off. So now they wondering when you get back Wednesday, you're still out of it. You're still antsy. You're still irritable. And they're like, well, you just had a 4-day vacation. It's like, fuck you, because the 4 days I was worried about fucking coming back on Wednesday.
So
Like,
so the moral of this is stop getting jobs.
stop it. No.
Get you a company. Get you a
Don't listen to
LLC.
him.
Build you a business like we was talking about earlier. Black Wall Street.
Okay, hold on.
Mexican-
Don't be that one.
Huh?
You seen that meme, right?
Which one?
The one that was saying how, especially since 2020, since the pandemic, you got all these black people pushing LLCs. Oh, start your own business, get an LLC, do this, do that. And they're not fucking showing you how, teaching you how, telling you the pros and cons of it. They're just pushing, go get a business. So now you just fucking pushing dumb shit. Now everybody's getting an LLC, not knowing what the fuck they're doing, not filing taxes, not doing shit right, going to jail for fucking PPP fraud and dumb shit like that, because all you was pushing was make an LLC and not actually explaining what the fuck to do and like how to like do it right.
That's why I offer consulting. So if you don't know what you're doing with your company that you started,
shameless plug.
I do consulting. You know, we start out at $250. It goes all the way up into the thousands. You know what I mean? So whatever type of consulting you're trying to do, if you're trying to get your business set up, I can help you set up your business, EIN numbers, corporations, commissions, the whole run. But this is shit you should know yourself. But if you don't know, you can get the information from me.
Stop saying
quick little
stuff
course.
like that.
What?
That's the whole fucking point of this conversation. You gotta stop talking to us like that.
Like what?
This is something you should know.
You should. This is
Stop.
elementary. I have a daughter that's 13, right?
There's people that don't have
daughter.
the same.
Shout out my daughter Pooter.
Shout out to his daughter.
Yeah, she has an LLC. She has her businesses popping.
And guess what else she has? Guess what else she has?
Daddy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She has an intelligent daddy.
Now that's
teacher.
a whole nother conversation.
No, stop it.
Yeah,
No, we're not.
she got a daddy.
Before getting into that, she has an intelligent father and teacher. What about the people that don't? That you can't be like, you should know this already.
You should.
Not everybody has an intelligent father like you. I do. Your daughter does.
That's why you got it.
But not everybody else does.
That's why you have a publishing company.
So are you gonna blame people? Okay.
I'm not blaming them.
If you're a kid and you don't have a dad, you ran him out?
No, blame
like,
your
it's
mama.
your fault?
Blame your mama.
Okay.
Facts. Like, blame your mama. Like, I don't know what the answer for that is.
Listen, outside of the camera, okay? You and I are gonna talk about how you feel about like a lot of things.
No, for real, like.
No, we're gonna work on it. Because,
blame your mama. Like,
no, we're not pointing blame at anybody. Especially listen, if you want to blame any fucking body for the male figure not being in the home, you need to blame fucking white America. Sorry,
I agree.
fucking do it.
I agree.
From the 80s crack epidemic to the incarceration period of the super predators to all that. They've always been trying to take us out of the home, and now they took us out of the home, and we got a whole bunch of different types of black men. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it there.
Yeah, but I think we got a whole bunch of different type of black women too.
Absolutely. Yeah. You have all these fucking masculine women that why? Because we have to be the man of the fucking house and the head of the house
it's not
and the
that
bread of the house.
To be.
Yes, because our men are either dead or fucking in jail.
No, they go back to what you said already.
No, you're either fucking dead or in jail. So now we have to raise the kids, single mothers. How many black single mothers are there? You just said the reason is there's no dads, right?
That's a lot.
Because you're either fucking dead or in jail. Right. And that was their plan since the 80s. The crack either fucking killed you or incarcerated you.
I agree with that.
So my thing is, now you got the mothers having to be over masculine because now they have to be the man of the house and they're raising their daughters and their fucking sons alone. And that was planned. That wasn't by fucking accident. That was by fucking design.
No,
so my point is, all the way back to like fucking Ronald Reagan, fucking Nixon, that was by design.
But do you think that's what affects like families today?
Yes.
Why do you think that?
Because
when all I've been talking about is my kids.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't think that's back to accountability.
No.
It's back to that word.
I do feel like because
like
it goes
back to that word
yes,
again.
I do feel like I do feel like it goes to today because it goes back to the beginning of the conversation when you were saying when we were talking about how it goes down from generation, the pain, the self-esteem issues, the confidence.
So I agree with you that everything that you said is right. There has been a master plan to separate our families.
And we know that. That's not a fucking secret. But the thing is,
I don't think that the men and the women have taken accountability for us knowing that now. Like at first when they had this.
What does taking accountability now look like to you? If if they took accountability, what does it look like?
I'll just talk about me again. I ain't gonna talk about none of my friends or people that I know who got multiple baby mamas and shit like that. But I got multiple baby mamas. And I make a deliberate effort that all of my kids went to the same elementary school.
Okay.
So they got different mothers. Some live on this side of the city, some live on that side of the city, some live on that side of the city. But all of my kids went to the same elementary school.
Okay.
Because I took accountability for the fact that I put kids in all these women. So every morning, still to today, every morning, I wake up and I go pick up all of these kids and I take them all to this one school. My daughter that's a freshman in college right now.
Can I just ask you an honest question and be fucking real with me?
What?
Is that you taking accountability, or is that you trying to make it easier for yourself because they all go to the same fucking school? You could just drop them off at the same place.
No, that's me taking accountability because I want all my kids to know each other. If y'all don't get to see each other at least at school.
You can see each other on holidays, Christmas,
No,
birthdays.
then you're not gonna know each other. My kids know each other. Like I'm talking about to the point to where I can call my kids now and they might not even be at one house. They might be at the other baby mama house and they'll all be over there because they have their own relationship that has nothing to do with me because I make it happen.
I just
I make it happen. Like I make them have to go to school together.
Okay,
I make them have to be a family.
So you think without going to school they wouldn't have a relationship?
Well, I don't know. I just look at it like the more opportunities I put them together, the more opportunities they have together to catch that moment.
That is true.
Where
I will say my cousins are some of the closest people to me, like fucking siblings. Like fucking a couple of them are like blood, like twin shit. And those are my cousins. I only see you on weekends, holidays and shit, because I live over here in Gwinnett. You live in fucking Stone Mountain or Decatur or College Park, whatever the fuck. I only see you when we got the family function every Sunday for family dinner where all 100 of us come to the same house, or a holiday, a funeral, a wedding. But somehow within that time period, I built a relationship with my cousins that's like fucking this.
Yeah, I have cousins like that too.
So, but we didn't go to school together ever, ever.
But I also have sisters.
Okay.
That I don't know. That I just, hey.
Did you go to school with them?
No. Because my dad, they was over there. And we was over here.
Did they come to the
So we just saw
functions?
each other sometimes. Yeah, sometimes at the functions we saw each other.
I'm not the family reunion.
No, I'm saying
all of them. All the functions.
Yeah, we just saw each other at that family's functions. Not, I got a different mama.
They didn't even come to your family.
But I got a different mama.
But
so
they
we got
can
a whole
still
different.
come.
I understand that, but you
Maybe
have to
that's
build.
just my family.
Yeah, but you have to build that bond in order for that type of respect and that type of love to where this baby mama would even trust her kids being over here with this baby mama. Like it's like a bond that has to be built, like a trust thing that has to be built.
So if we're going back to accountability, whose fault
Me.
that it wasn't built?
Mine, because I was fucking all these girls and I put myself in this situation. So I took accountability.
Yes, FREEZ.
And I go and I make sure my kids is.
All right.
Y'all,
he's not a hypocrite. He gonna do what he say and say what he do. So.
No, that's real. Like it's just.
Y'all just saw on camera he took accountability.
No, for real. Like
that's awesome.
Even when we go, like even personally, when something happened in this family and it's tragic, and the other family is like, but it didn't happen to us.
Yeah.
But I gotta have compassion for this people or this baby mama's like, I really don't care about that baby mama's family and what they going through. But if I wouldn't have never made all of these relationships and all of these ties with all of these people, I wouldn't have to deal with all of these different, but understanding that my battery pack is so big that I think that God, just my opinion again, just how I think of myself, I think that God put me in a position for this. Like he put me in this position that I'm in, and I went through a lot of the things that I went through so that I can charge a lot of these people, so that they can plug into me. Because like you said, they ain't got nowhere else to get it. They don't have no friend with a $7 million credit score. I mean, a $7 million credit line, but I do. So if you got a dream that can do it and it makes sense, I'm gonna help you write that proposal up and we're gonna get it to my friend with the $7 million credit line. You know what I'm saying? That's why I told you I pray about being a doorway to opportunity.
That's awesome.
Like I
just want you to know that everybody appreciates you for who you are, being that battery pack, but just know you're not the only one. And I want you to gravitate more battery packs in your life that can help charge you too.
No, of course. I think that's very valuable. And I have a few of those in my life, and I think those people are very, very, very valuable. But at the same time,
like the people that feel the same way you do about helping, they're like, oh my God, I feel amazing about helping.
So they just
help you.
Yeah, so they just fill me up so I can keep.
And that fills them up.
And that's what I do.
You up.
No, that's what I do.
And you fill other people up. And now it's a cycle.
Yeah, and that's how I keep it going.
Amazing people.
And that's one of the things that I went through in that depression time. Because all of the people that I used to use to charge up was gone. So it was like, damn, one of my mentors, he called it life juice. So one of the people who I used to get my life juice from,
he was gone.
Like when you say that, I think of Space Jam.
Yeah. So it's like, I was sitting in this dark moment and I'm trying to figure out like, fuck, where am I gonna find this? Like who, where, what, why? You know? And so then, like I said, Flash and other things helped me get to that point. And then I was able to get back out and then, you know, then I started bumping. Like one of my younger buddies, I like to say he big homie me. A lot of times as men, we like to little loke or flex our muscles on the little homies and be like, yeah, that's my little homie. Like,
Yeah.
Well, this little dude started big homie in me. Like, yeah, that's my big homie. Like, bro, I don't know you.
Well.
And he started putting me in positions to where I had to be his big homie.
Mm-hmm.
He started putting me in positions to where I had to be accountable.
So he saw
Like,
you as a battery.
He just saw me, no, not as a battery pack. He saw the potential in my manhood.
Okay.
So he, like everybody else, see the potential in your studio. Everybody else see potential in getting some money or doing this. But he like, when I look at you, I see the man that's in you. I like that. So hold on, I'm gonna gravitate to that. You gonna be my big homie. And then I used to be like, bro, I can't be your big homie and do all of this shit because my finances ain't right and I gotta do this and I gotta focus on my business and da-da-da-da-da. He showed up with a bag of money. Here's like $30,000. Go take care of everything you need to handle now. Be my big homie. I need a man in my, like I need a big homie. Like, not a friend. I got hella friends,
Right.
but I need a man. I need a mentor. I need this. This shit that I need this. So I'm like, fuck. So I'm handling my business. Then he pulled up at the studio one day and said, come on, let's go to LA. I said, hold on, I gotta call my kids and get everything together. No, let's go right now. I said, I gotta get some clothes. No, don't, just let's go. He took me on an amazing shopping spree. He just took me and turned me like on a whole nother level. He changed my whole outlook on what you said about people who willing to do things and do this and do that. And like you said, I'm not just the luckiest nigga in the world where this shit just keep happening to me. These is the reciprocal, like the things that's gonna keep coming back because of what I'm putting out. As long as I keep being this for people, as long as I keep being a doorway for opportunities to people, God is gonna continue to keep giving me opportunities. And as long as I keep flushing them and I keep putting people in front of my camera, giving them an opportunity to get seen, I keep opening my studio and giving people an opportunity, keep giving these people low-income housing that can help them get on their feet, giving them programs that can help them get their kids back and all of this different shit. Now I want to open a school and I want to do this and this. But all of these things, if you're hearing me talking, ain't none of these things about me. Your stuff is Lexxi this, Lexxi this, Lexxi this, Lexxi this, Lexxi this, Lexxi this, Lexxi. Ain't none of this shit about me. All my stuff is called therapy.
I have a bigger plan.
No. I'm not saying your plan isn't bigger. I'm not even speaking on that. Your plan could be humongous. And I'm with you and I agree with that. FREEZ TV, I'm FREEZ. Come on now. I wasn't saying it as a comparison. I was saying that the majority of things that I do, like everything that I do, isn't even about me.
Right, but
like
the
everything
things that,
I do
I never
is just,
even explain the things I do. Like a lot of the shit that I do is like my main goal is to be a philanthropist, a humanitarian. Like this shit is not for me. I'm not trying to get a whole bunch of mansions and cars and chains and fucking Gucci.
why not?
And Prada.
I want some mansions and chains and cars.
No.
Gucci. You don't want no Gucci's?
I want to.
You don't want no Pradas?
I want to travel the world.
You don't want a
and help
mansion?
people. No.
What you want to live in?
I want to travel the world. I don't want to live in shit because I want to travel the world and help people.
So
I don't
you on
need
your
shit.
Kanye shit? Remember he said, I live in this bag? He was like, I live in this bag.
I don't need to live in shit. I want to go all over the world and I want to help people in every different continent, every different state, every different country. Like I want to spread my music and my because lyrically, like my music is very emotional. But I want to keep making more of that, and I just want to spread it, and I want to help people. And mental health is really important to me, and it's a really big part of my life. So I want to like spread that everywhere. Just
I need your help
people.
with I need your help with mental health awareness.
Because
I
plan on can do that.
I plan on starting a nonprofit and doing some stuff that's centered around mental health and gun safety and just different things centered around these young kids who are like
gosh.
who are like not depressed, I would say, but more turned up, and they're dying because they're turned up. Like if you notice on the news the other day, there was a little girl who shot her cousin and herself.
doing the TikTok video. And then this is happening crazy. Like, this is what's happening right now. A lot of these kids now, they're committing suicide for TikTok views. But not knowing that they're committing suicide. They're playing with guns. So now back to what you were saying, the why. Like, why do they think it's okay to play with guns? They got the gun upside down,
I'm
dancing, doing this.
I'm not even gonna to start talking about the social dilemma of.
Yeah, no, we're not even gonna get into that's a different episode.
Clout. No, I'm just saying of just the clout and wanting likes and shit. I'm not even gonna talk about that. But I do want to talk about what you said first, with mental health and gun safety, because it's funny, me being, you know, a very much so an activist, one of the ones that was out here, you know, marching the streets. So George Floyd died on May 25th, and I was out here on May 29th. It was like not cool at that point. Like, we were getting fucking shot at. I still have a fucking scar on my foot when I got shot by the police for doing fucking nothing. I got flashbanged, I got pepper sprayed, I wasn't even fucking doing shit. But the point is, I was out here before it was cool. A couple months later, by that August, it was like a barbecue, fucking niggas were selling t-shirts and shit. It was like the place to be. But I was out here. I
was part of that group.
Yeah, no, I was out here in the first group, and my friends were like, I ain't fucking going with you down there. I ain't getting shot. And guess what? My ass got shot. But it's okay. It is what it is. But anyway, I'm very much so, and I was in the front lines because I take my black men very seriously. I take my black women very seriously. I take my culture, my people very seriously. And you're not going to continue to fucking, you know, slay us in the street. I have a video on Instagram, actually, if y'all want to look at it, where I'm in one of these damn streets, and it was a line of cops, and I don't know where they came from, and I don't know why they were coming towards me, but I just had my little sign put up right in front of them, and they just walked right in front of me, and I was just like, took everything in me not to do nothing. But you can definitely see the video on Instagram, and that was the same night I got shot, by the way. But anyway, so anyway, I'm very much so of an activist. That's just funny to me now, because it's like, I didn't think that was gonna happen. I mean, I dressed for the part, if that makes sense. I dressed like just in case, but I didn't really think it was gonna happen until it happened. And I was like, whoa, shit, that really happened. I just remember, like, I was running, and then it got real hot. It got real hot. That's all I remember. I was just running, and I was just like, because they were like throwing flashbangs and shit. And I think that happened first. I had got flashbangs, so I was like deaf. I was literally deaf in my right ear for 2 days, 48 hours. But I was like, okay, so we're just running, trying to get away from shit. And I was like, oh shit, oh, what the fuck is that? Like, it was just like all of a sudden it was like fire, and I didn't even know when it happened, who did it, where it came from, but next thing I know, I had like a fucking hole in my foot. It was crazy. It was fucking crazy. It was the craziest night of my life. But anyway, my point is, I would do it again every day.
Like that was
that was traumatic, because at the time, I was heavy modeling. Like, I was doing like barefoot modeling, you know, in the sand, in the fucking living room. Like, I was, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm scarred. And I even put that in the Instagram post the next day, when I was putting all the essential oils and the aloe vera plant that I was healing myself with.
You healed yourself?
Yeah.
You didn't go to the doctor?
No.
For real?
I had an aloe vera plant.
When you get old, you're gonna have arthritis in your foot or something.
Look, I got natural aloe vera plant because it's still in the post. The plant, I cut it, so you got the aloe vera gel. I had, I forgot which essential oil, but I had essential oils, I had vitamin D, there's a whole bunch of shit I had, and I put it together, and I put it in the post, and I said, this is for all my warriors. If you got hurt last night, this is what you do. I did that for a while, and eventually it healed, but I couldn't do any, like, really modeling for a while, especially anything barefoot, and that, like, hurt me because I got pretty feet, and I was like, oh, they messed up my pretty feet. But yeah,
I got kicked out the black community after that event. After all of that was going on, I got back to the computer, and I was like, where are the black girls out? Like, it's hella white women out here. Like, it's, you know, like, in the streets when they was marching for Black Lives Matter. So I'm like, damn, it's hella white women. There was a lot of black girls there, but there was a whole bunch of white women. It was crazy.
But you said this was later, right?
Yeah, this was like in August, like the big rally when everybody was.
This is when it was cool. This is when they were like, oh yeah, I'll go. Because when I was going there, like, you fucking got me fucked up. I'm not going with you. And I'm like, fuck it, I'll go by myself then.
I got kicked out of the black community. Like, some black people started disowning me because I said, like,
for example, my baby mamas wasn't there. My sister wasn't there. My mama wasn't there. You're a black woman that was there, but I saw hella white women. I'm talking about white women on the ground. I saw a white woman laying on the ground that had the city of Phoenix, the little like the holes for the sewer hole thing. That shit was like burnt onto her chest, like land. But I'm just saying that to say, if you check history, there was a time when, like we was talking earlier, slavery. So these white women is watching black people be slaved. They like, fuck them niggas, they in the house, like, you know, whatever. They might sneak to the back and get a slave to fuck them or something, like, but they not fucking with them niggas. Then you go into like Reconstruction and segregation, Jim Crow and all of that, and then it's like white women is like, kill him, Tommy, fuck that nigger, like, you know what I mean, hang him, you know what I mean. It's like, it's all crazy, it's fucked up. But then as you go into the 50s and the 60s, they're sneaking around dating blacks now every now and then. So then you go into the free love hippie area and all that in the 60s and 70s. Now they all popping pills, having sex. It's just crazy, right? So you going into the late 70s, going into the 80s, you start seeing half-breeds pop up here and there. Like, hey. But then going into the late 80s, into the 90s, Michael Jordan became a boom. It was all about the black man with the black man athlete and the white woman. Now when you fast forward to today, it's probably more half-breed black kids in Phoenix than black kids in Phoenix.
Yeah.
So now, that being said, it's more black kids with white grandmothers than ever before.
Yeah, and grandfathers.
So now today, Black Lives Matter because them black grandkids got white grandparents. So the same white woman that your black life didn't matter to in the 70s, now your black life matter to her a little bit because her grandson is black. And that fucked me up when I was watching that in real time out there. So I'm watching this in real time. Like, you got a black woman walking through the street, a white woman walking through the street with 6 half-breed kids. Black Lives Matter. She's representing it more than the black woman been fighting for Black Lives Matter forever.
So what do you?
She been dying for Black Lives Matter.
For the white woman, what do you feel about the authenticity of her?
Oh, I think it's all cap. It's all for the love of the black penis, but it's all cap. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all cap.
He
like,
said it, I didn't.
You know, for real, like, it's all cap. But that being said, it doesn't change the fact that it's real. You know what I'm saying? They're really out there laying it on the front line for the black penis. Like, most of them white women, black husband or black boyfriend or black baby daddy wasn't even with them. It was white women with half-breed kids. But that's a whole nother.
Well, I always think about the picture of Ruby Bridges. Yeah, Ruby Bridges when she was walking into, Brown versus Board of Education.
Mm-hmm.
So when she was walking into the school and she had the police, but like the white women are like, nah, throwing shit at her. They're still alive. They're still alive today. Like,
them white women is who got black grandkids.
I know.
Them is the ones with black grandkids.
And I want to know who's going to admit, oh, that's my grandma picture with it back in the day. I know.
Right.
That's the exact women you're talking about who now they're in their 70s.
Now to them, Black Lives Matter. But they the same ones who Black Lives didn't matter.
Throwing fucking rocks at her.
We don't want them in our school. You can't get in the pool with us. You get in the pool, drain it.
Oh, drain that shit. Oh, you did your toe in here? God damn it! Get some more chlorine.
But what was it like? What do you think it was like with you going through that time period and dealing with all of the things that you was dealing with at that time, as far as like getting shot, trying to be an advocate for justice and reform and all that shit? Like, what was all that about?
I was hurt. I didn't give a fuck about the politics behind it. I didn't care about any type of clout or anything. I was just hurt. Oh man. I remember May 29th. I fucking never forget that day. May 28th, actually. Yeah, it was May 28th. It was 3 days after he died. So I'm talking about 72 hours after he was on the ground for 9 minutes. I was out here like, yo, I will fuck this whole bitch back. Like, I was so mad. Like, so like, I'm out here like front lines. But I do remember that particular night. Oh my God. Oh, the emotions, y'all. I was so hurt I couldn't believe, I felt like I was living in the 60s. I couldn't believe what we're going through as black people. But I remember going to my mother's house before I left. And my dad was there, my mom and dad, And I was all suited, so I had jeans on, and then I had these boots on. I'll get back to that in a second, why that was an issue. But I had boots on, and they came like, they were like knee-high boots, and then I had on, I think, a sweater and like a scarf, and it wasn't even cold. It was fucking May, almost June, but I was trying to like protect myself just in case. And the reason I had the scarf around my neck was because if they pepper sprayed us, I could just, you know, so I'm good. So it was, I was all suited and booted. My mom was helping me. She was like, here, take this just in case, da 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 da. So I remember I left. I told them both I love them, and they were like, do not start no shit. You know, be careful.
They
watch
know
your
you-
back.
they know you
yeah,
finna go start some
no,
shit.
I don't start shit, but I'm here for it though. If
Little
you want to
fire
start it,
starter.
look, I don't start shit, but I fucking finish every goddamn thing. So that's my parents raised me to finish everything. You don't start nothing or you're in trouble, but if you don't finish it, you're in trouble too. So I was here for the shits that night. I'm like, go ahead and try me. So they knew that, so they were giving me whatever I needed. So then I went to the thing. I called a lift. That's the other thing. I already knew because I was part of what we called, I was actually a part of a team out here, and it was like a lot of us, and we were called Protest Patrol. I had a specific job. My job was to watch all the rooftops around here, especially when we were in a big crowd. I watched out the rooftops, and we had like walkie-talkies, cell phones, and all that shit. And I'm like, yo, there's a sniper on the right-hand corner of the Chase building. So now we know, because if niggas fucking aiming at us. So I'm like, yo, there's a sniper up there. So now we know we had people in their designated spots that can now aim towards that motherfucker. So if you try us, you're done. And we did that for a bunch of them. So with that being said, we had that, and we had a whole bunch. We had vans full of like milk, like full of 2% milk. When they pepper sprayed you, we were like dousing people. Like Protest Patrol was on fire. Shout out to Rashawn Struggles, by the way. But anyway, so I was out there, and I remember I took a lift because one thing, part of it, we had to wear all black, so you're not identifiable, and also don't take your fucking car, and don't take your ID or your wallet. Don't be fucking stupid. Anything identifiable, don't take it. So I could not drive because I didn't want to get, fucking tagged or whatever. So I took an Uber. In the Uber, I called my brother, who lives in Atlanta. He didn't answer, obviously, hour difference. I left him a voicemail saying how much I love him, blah, blah, as a black man. Hung up, fucking started bawling in the lift, wiped my tears, got out, and I was like, let's go. Started marching, got my sign or whatever, and we just went out there, and I just remember there's all these police officers, and they had their SWAT gear, the actual shit, and I was just like, okay, we really gonna do this tonight. Like, it was 72 hours after George Floyd died, and I was like, we're really gonna do this tonight. So I was like, all right. So that's the video on Instagram where I'm right there, and I just hold the sign up, and they walk like right, it's like fucking 10 of them, and they like right here, and I'm like mean mugging these niggas, and they kind of looking at me like they want to do something, and I'm like, go ahead, but they obviously didn't. And we marched all the way to the Capitol, everything like that. And I do remember there was a police car. It was on the corner of an intersection, and there was a lot of the crowd around this car. And I remember I was standing there for a couple minutes, so nothing was happening. They were around this police car. It was the only one, but nothing was really happening. And I was too far to hear, but I was visually watching everything. I don't know what was said, what happened. It was like ants. All I know is like, I guess something happened with that police car, and everybody fucking jumped on it. I don't know if he said something to them that was offensive. I don't know. But like 150 people at the same time jumped on the fucking car and just started bashing the windows in, and they fucking his car up, obviously scaring the shit out of him. And that's when he threw the flashbangs. He threw a couple of them. One landed like, I'm standing right here. The shit landed right there. That's why I couldn't hear in my right ear for 2 days after that. And then that's when I started running. And I remember I couldn't see shit because flashbang is like white. Couldn't see anything. Was running. And then I was like, okay, I'm almost away. And then just something on my foot got hot. Now, mind you, remember I told you earlier I got on knee-high boots. They're flat, so I can run like sneakers, but they're fucking knee-highs. Zip all the way up and tie. So somehow, I don't know how the fuck it happened, but that happened to my foot. So it's not like I could just pop off a sneaker. It's like I gotta like go find somewhere to sit the fuck down, to untie this shit, unzip it, and by that time the little bullet thing had burned multiple layers through my foot. So it was over at that point. And I was just like, oh my God. And I remember I had so much adrenaline I didn't even feel any pain. I didn't feel any pain until the next morning. I didn't feel shit till the next morning. I had so much adrenaline that night based off everything going on. But I had got flashbanged, and then something else happened, and we ended up getting pepper sprayed. That doesn't feel good. Just an FYI, close your eyeballs. That does not feel good. And don't breathe in. Shit, that doesn't feel good. But it was so crazy because the next morning, I remember then the next morning, even before I even felt the pain, so I got home at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Parents were asleep, but I got to lift home, passed out, and then woke up at like 7. I remember my dad was like actually in the living room on the couch. I guess he was making sure I was okay. So he fell asleep on the couch. I remember going in there first thing in the morning, and I went to like give him a hug, and he was kind of still asleep, but for good morning, and I just lost it. I just started bawling, and he was just like, what's wrong? And I just remember I was like, I'm so sorry they hate you. Like, I'm so sorry America hates you. Because my dad is like 6'4", he's a dark-skinned black male, you know, he has a typical regular black nose, black features, black lips. Like, he's a very handsome black man with the typical black male features, and America fucking hates him just for that. And I just looked after that whole night of being out here, and my dad, in my opinion, like, him and George Floyd look like they could be related. So I'm like, it just hurt so bad to just see him kind of sleeping there, knowing that, like, it just really hurt. So I just was crying and shit. He was like, it's okay, you know, whatever, and just, he was trying to make me feel better, but I was hurt.
You're a gangster.
No, I'm a G.
That's what, from now on, that's what I'm on. I'm like, she's a thug. She done got shot.
Yeah.
She got bars. She don't start shit, but she finish it.
Everything. I'm the finisher.
You know what? We're gonna have to do part 3 of this interview.
But yeah, no, that was y'all want to try to look on Instagram. If y'all think I'm bullshitting, go look on Instagram, because not only do I have the night of when I was there, look at the very next post. So when I was posting all the shit, I got a picture of the foot and everything. It's fucked up, but it is what it is. And what my thing is, I told my dad the next morning, I was so sad because I'm modeling. I was modeling for money. That was my career at the time, and I had to stop because of that. And I was like, I'll do it again. I will get flashbanged. I will get pepper sprayed. I will get shot. I will get arrested. I will get everything for my fucking culture, for my people, because we are not going to continue to get fucking slain in the street like fucking dogs. And any day, as a black woman in America, I will always fight for my people. I will get shot again. I don't give a fuck. So,
you're a thug. She's a thug. We gonna bring her back for part 3. We not even finna give y'all a long speech on the way out or nothing. I'm just finna tell y'all peace. Be back for part 3. This shit is getting deep. We gonna keep going and going and going. We finna get all of this shit out, because we gonna teach her how to deal with these emotions. You feel me? Fuck with us. We out of here. Miss Lexxi, tell them where they can find you at.
Lexxi Meshan, LEXXIMESHAN.com.
And your event is April 9th?
April 9th, Saturday, April 9th, True Ultra Lounge. We gonna have FREEZ TV in the building as one of the judges, guys, next to TJ Super.
Man, I'm there. Shout out TJ Super. You know what it is. All love. Fuck with us. Part 3 coming soon. Peace.